is there in store for us today?
You guys can catch V at the M7 Carnival. And of course, Glenn, to all of our fans out there, you also have a chance to meet and greet your favorite players at the M7 Carnival.
Well, you know where to find me after this.
I want to come with you. I want to come with you to the M7 Carnival. But what else do we have in store for us today, Rose?
Well, Eterna, on top of that, we are also taking a moment to celebrate what this tournament has given us so far. We will be having an awarding ceremony to give well-deserved recognition before we dive back into the chaos. So of course, if you guys are watching at home or here in the arena, don't forget to settle in.
Because today will be full of action.
And history will be written.
This is the M7 World Championship Knockout Stage. Let the world see us!
We promised that this was unintentional. We did not intend that at this point of the tournament we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Filipinos on this desk. And yes, I did not miscount. Welcome to the panel and the caster sessions. I'm glad to have all of you here. Our panelists for today, our two analysts, we have Leo and Wolf, the animals from the Philippines. I'm also counted there. I am technically a panda. And for our casters today, we have Trex, Brigida, and Anaisu. Trex, Brigida, you two worked yesterday. How did you feel about everything that we saw?
I was super hyped.
Super hyped?
Super hyped. I don't know why I did this, but you know, I was jumping up and down even though I wasn't necessarily the play-by-play yesterday. Mirko was sweating though because he was really going through all those intense matches which took place, but I just feel like I wish I saw more. I think that's the feeling that I got after yesterday. I wish I saw more from Team Spirit. I wish I saw more from the eliminated teams.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the games, there was so much build up on those games, and maybe it went a little short of expectations, at least for certain teams, but still, so far, for me, the most hype has definitely been the meta, the picks, the variety of what we get to see, and how these teams have approached it and what so much they've brought to the table.
Yeah, to pull back the curtain just a little bit, and as we look at the brackets, it's me and Naisu's last day working the M7 World Championship stage. As we look at the picture of our knockouts, what's your wish list for today, Naisu?
My wish list today, man, is that we get 10 games, hopefully. You know, 5 games in the first series, 5 games later. We got Brigida on desk, so, you know, for all you that are aware, she is the mother of the 5 games or full series. So maybe we get that. I mean, that'd be great to have, but nonetheless, I want to continue to see the meta pushed. I think we've had a lot of interesting picks. Maybe we'll still see some today, and then even tomorrow for the grand final.
Well, you're going to hear more from Naisu, Trex, and Brigida as they will be calling the shots. Leo and Wolf, Team Liquid versus Alter Ego. Philippines versus Indonesia, again in an elimination match, but this is a crucial one. Only one can advance.
There's so many good storylines that you can see from both teams, but particularly for Alter Ego, this is the defense of this nation, and I think that they're going to give it all against Team Liquid Philippines today.
It's also a 5-year-long journey. The last time we saw Alter Ego on the world stage, they went almost all the way, cut short by the GOAT himself, Carl Tizzy. They'll be going into pure combat here today, a best of 5. Would not be surprised if this goes all the way.
To double down on the idea of how hellish this lower bracket is, whoever wins this first matchup between Team Liquid and Alter Ego has to go up against Selangor Red Giants in the lower bracket finals later tonight. How crazy is that? Imagine if this first series goes to 5 games. You get what, maybe an hour before you have to face off against the Giants? And especially since for these two, it's all about redemption, salvation, domination. For Alter Ego, redemption is for Onyx and their own M2 run ended by Carl Tizzy in the same place they have secured right now. Salvation, on the other hand, is about continuing their last stand for Indonesia after eliminating Team Spirit. But Leo, Team Liquid has a great story of redemption for them as well.
That's right. Several times in this tournament alone, they have fallen. And with that, they have chosen to shake off the moniker of the final boss, which is very understandable given the weight on their shoulders. They are going for the golden road, and it's taken a while for that stampede to begin. And whoever wins better be prepared to embrace domination as they will be standing in the shadow of the giants.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting point. Team Liquid themselves have already looked at their final boss name and said, we have to give that to Aurora. They're already in the grand finals.
To be fair, most of the teams have thought that this is the most competitive M series yet, especially from a player's perspective. Most of the teams that we've seen have show that they can lose to specific teams. Like, for example, even Aurora at the top, you might say that they can lose to Alter Ego at any given notice. They even have to go through five-game series themselves. So this is such a difficult M series to have that even a final boss might not even exist.
Yeah, they themselves said, we are no longer the final boss. A little bit more humility from the Cavalry. They're now looking towards, well, accomplishing the Golden Road. And that's the only time for them they can finally call themselves the final boss. But we have to talk about Alter Ego. Their story is nothing short of a Cinderella run. They are something special, I feel like, and Alter Ego could be in the cusp of making MLBB history.
Ooh, that's
Oh.
that was the past, but for sure right now it's going to be totally different. One thing that I do want to look at is how Cloudteasy was able to develop from then on. I think this was what, 5 years ago?
5 years ago.
My math is
Five and change.
5 and change, and it has developed in a way where now Cloudteasy can not only play that assassins but can also play the tanky heroes, and I think that he really set the idea of what every jungler should achieve.
Yep, the man to your left is Chelly Boy, one of Cloudteasy's rivals mainly throughout that era in his career, and he's facing off against Yasuki, a very promising jungler that, I don't know, takes maybe a page out of Cloudteasy's own playbook, wherein he's forced to play the assassins, sure, but now he's more of, what, a Leomord main?
Yeah, with the energy that Yasuke brings for Alter Ego, he honestly reminds me of a younger Cloudteasy. That swagger, that fearlessness, the fact that he's a rookie on the world stage, coming from a rookie season in MPL Indonesia, he has been nothing short of stellar for Alter Ego.
You can even ask some of the other junglers that have competed here in this tournament, and they would say that what's amazing about Yasuke is that he is unfazed when it comes to facing up against even the best of the best in the business. But we have to also talk about other people right there. Now, I actually saw the two explainers, and Sanford has been phenomenal all throughout, but I think that Nino has captured the hearts of many, not only because of his outside the game swagger as well as his antics on broadcast, but also the way that he plays and how pivotal his gameplay as an explainer is for the team.
Oh yeah, when Nino is playing at his best, you could swear that he was telling you what to do like he was Padre of La Familia.
There's something about Nino and the energy that he brings that Padre de Familia, I think, is a perfect way to put it. He puts the team on his back. Even if you gank him, what, once or twice early on, he'll find a way to come back for you.
What's funnier is he's making his lane mate seem like he's part of the family. Like, you're the youngest here, you do what I do, you follow what I say.
And what I'm really just am surprised is that he himself will just consider himself lucky. When I did some blind tier list with him, he just placed himself in number 7, lucky number 7, because he feels like that is just really the story of himself as well as Alter Ego. They were just lucky to be here, but at the same time, they're showing that they deserve to be here.
Yeah, at this point, man, I don't even consider it hokey anymore. Their word for luck, I don't think it's just a luck. But of course, we also have to look at the other side, the Cavalry and their story. This is Team Liquid's 3rd lower bracket match. The similarity of Blacklist International's M3 run and the potential of the PH versus PH final is there. But at that time, they got knocked down to the lower bracket final. This time, they crawled all the way from the first round of the lower bracket.
And I think you can say that Oheb, you might say, it's so nice, he's got to do it twice. I think that's what he is thinking about now, because he was part of that run. And now it's totally different because Oheb is leading the charge for Team Liquid in terms of his gameplay as well as his impact outside of the game for the team. His bravado that actually pushes Team Liquid to have an energetic run no matter what happens in a game.
Given the ups and downs of Kill1's career, I am surprised to see him even more hungry, even more thirsty to win another World Championship. And funny to remember that here in this very stadium, he got swept by the gentleman he's playing with now.
Yeah.
So imagine the twist of fate. Imagine the rewriting of the narrative that he finds himself in the middle of.
Yeah, at the center of the Cavalry is a man looking for redemption, redeeming himself from a past that was a sweep with now his current teammates. Even Sanford said in an interview, he pointed that out. When we last met in Indonesia, we were opponents. We swept them. I'm here with him now, and I want to win with OHEB.
I can say that they are doing everything that they can. There are so many challenges though, but I think that it's all about just the adjustment. What I can really say about the Team Liquid is that it wasn't a clear run when it comes to their matches, but when it comes to the actual games, it also wasn't an easy run for them. Despite them being dubbed as the final boss at the start, teams have really challenged Team Liquid to break. Even a team like Aurora Turkey, which we didn't think that can actually go toe-to-toe up against Team Liquid, have challenged them. However, Team Liquid knows how to adapt. And I think what we really learned yesterday is that even when they are struggling individually as players, there will be a time where their experience kicks in, and then they can just bounce back and be back into that game where they can win the matches.
But they're going to be up against a team that they themselves call an anomaly. Alter Ego is one of the most difficult to read teams in the M7 World Championship stage, and I think that's what they think about their luck. It's not the luck, it's the unpredictability of Alter Ego.
I think that is an anomaly in itself to call Alter Ego a team that's so hard to read, because as a big fan of this game for the better part of the past decade, we've dedicated ourselves to studying and analyzing it. Alter Ego is clearly a team that likes to be on the front lines. They like to fight, they want a fast game, and that might be something that Liquid can take into consideration. They never want to be on the back foot. Luckily, OHEB now knows how to play that Sora very aggressively, although a little too aggressively yesterday. Let's see how Liquid has gone on in doing their homework.
A storied rivalry between two regions synonymous with glory. Indonesia and the Philippines. An elimination match between Team Liquid and Alter Ego.
For the Golden Road, let's go Team Liquid!
And their opponents, Indonesia! Mana suaranya?
Nino!
music alone, it feels like I'm watching Sephiroth and Cloud, Ichigo Kurosaki and Aizen. Think of all the anime final battles you can think of, but this isn't even their final battle. Liquid and Alter Ego. Alter Ego carries the hopes of the host country, while Team Liquid carries the hopes of MLBB Esports to witness the Golden Road. For Team Liquid, it's Coach RC and Coach Tic Tac. For Alter Ego Esports, it's Coach Sepher and Styx. With them is the M7 head referee Gary to ensure the integrity and fairness of the tournament. We are going to be talking about Team Liquid first. Who are the players we have to highlight?
That's definitely Sanford, as he is one of the players, the expilators, the top expilators in the tournament with 10 unique heroes and 50 total kills, followed closely by Calteezy, 32 turtle kills and 28 Lord kills, #1 in the league.
You can't take away these major objectives from the GOAT. Also, let's not forget the chef, Sanji, #1 in assists among all mid laners, and of course, #1 in first bloods among all roles. He scored 6 first kills all throughout M7. It's clear that Team Liquid are just revving up to become just as aggressive as El Familia.
Some of the most important stats in the metagame today lean towards Team Liquid. Specifically that rating on Calteezy, #1 in turtle kills and Lord kills, 32 plus 28. Quick math, how much is that?
That is
60.
60 total major objectives secured by the GOAT. And yesterday, he scored his second recorded Savage in M Series history.
And they were almost losing that game. They could have won it easier, but when the comeback of Calteezy, that game felt to me like Calteezy is telling his teammates, hey, can you relax and I'll take over. And that's exactly what happened in there. But what we do know about Team Liquid is that they have high priority when it comes to neutral objectives, even investing their draft towards that first turtle and then snowball afterwards.
Let's talk about Alter Ego this time around. The penultimate Sora in M7 is Nino, at least for those among left in the tournament. He's played it 5 times. Let's also not forget Yasuke. Great kill per gold, turtle control rate as well, and Lord control rate. So consider this, Calteezy has scored the most, but if they go head to head, it's more likely that Yasuke might have his way.
Yeah. Of course, we have to look at the mid lane. Hijime, I want to say yesterday against Team Spirit, was stellar. #1 all players in damage per minute. I think the Eve of Hijime definitely needs to be respected.
Definitely needs to be respected. The fact that it is one of those heroes that will be prioritized by most teams in any given draft. The fact that Hijime has mained that hero for years now. Many seasons in MPL Indonesia, he has been good with this hero. And I think that there is just some happenstance, some luck maybe for Alter Ego Esports to have some of their signature heroes be viable in the metagame that we have right now.
You know, I usually go towards the idea of, hey, let's look at the row mid trio because that's where everything begins here. But I think for this series specifically, we can look at the side lanes, the head-to-head matchup there. Of course, Sanford versus Nino, Arfi versus Oheb. There's an explosiveness to Arfi's game that I feel like Liquid cannot overlook.
Is that an explosiveness that starts with an F and ends with a Rhea?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And I think that will be a ban here. I was running through some of the drafts of these two teams just last night, preparing on what they can bring to the table eventually. And I feel like there is that dilemma between the Freya. I think it's much better just take it away because that kind of removes the Leomord anyways, or that kind of frees up the Claude. It's such a niche pick that, or niche ban, I mean, that if you ban it early, it kind of opens up the draft for you easier. So I think that it will be banned out by Team Liquid.
So by taking out the Freya, it's more prevention than cure.
Exactly.
The other side of the map, Sanford and Nino here, I think they are very similar in terms of how they play. Where at one point in the Filipino language, we have this word, we call it pitik. It's a flick of the switch in their brains where suddenly they can just go, I will carry the team, go with me.
And that's why it's so easy to see that if all else fails, the rest of the map is going haywire, you gotta rely on the Apex Predator for Liquid to find their footing. All the while for AE, as long as the Padre is okay, then El Familia will be okay too.
I think between Nino as well as Sanford, when we were just looking at expectations and how they perform in this particular M7, some would even say that Sanford might have underperformed, whereas Nino might have overperformed. And I'm just saying this because we were setting expectations before they actually started with M7. And I think that's true, at least for the Nino part. I think Nino has really exceeded the expectations of people. I think that he is really important for Alter Ego. Whenever he has a good game, you can see that the entirety of Alter Ego just wins the game.
We are heading into the draft. Heading into this day, it is close to almost a 20% difference favoring blue side in the M7 World Championship. Team Liquid, blue side, 82% win rate, 43% on the red. Alter Ego, 75% on the blue side, 67% on the red. Of course, Alter Ego having the cleaner record in the M7 World Championship stage speaks about that. Bans are already up. First pick, we got Kalea as an option, or could they surprise and go for Claude?
Always that Sora as well. We
Sora, yeah.
Brazil's been itching
not
for
talk
a
about.
real
It's going to be the
fight.
Kalea for Alter Ego, their priority. Usually, Team Liquid will answer with a Gadot Kacha late into the draft. I think right now it's worth it to just get a Purify hero like the Claude, for example, or maybe take this Leomord right now. That will be the options.
Dexter, it's our
We will go for the Claude, as we mentioned.
Payback.
And it's going to be the Farsa.
I love this opener for Alter Ego. By picking the Kalea, you kind of attack both your own weakness and take away one of your opponent's strengths. Yasuke hasn't really played Lancelot much, if ever. And that's Kyle TZ's main hero. So by doing that, you kind of soft lock Kyle TZ away from that. And this still opens their Freya. Liquid, they beat the Freya on the Claude already, but in the hands of Arvi, that's bold.
Well, they will have to think about the Leomord as well, because that's the typical combo with this one, but they will go for the Uranus instead. And what I really like about this for Alter Ego is that there's no Lunox option now for Team Liquid, which would have been good versus the two heroes of Alter Ego. That's why I think that maybe CC is an option for Team Liquid, just so they will have that shred and anti-high HP heroes that they need.
And I love this Uranus. You also kind of block out the Yi Sun Shin, another one of Carl TZ's better picks in the past competitive season. So you're weird to play a Lancelot, you're weirded out to play a Yi Sun Shin, you go back to one of his favorites. Old flame for Carl TZ, that Baksha.
That feels like Liquid taking a page out of Aurora's book.
Exactly.
They saw their fellow Filipinos and said, thanks for leading the way, Aurora, we're gonna follow.
And I think that they have exposed Alter Ego here. Don't get me wrong, I really like how Alter Ego went for their first 3 picks. However, it kind of confirms that you will not go for utility jungler on your side. You will go for an assassin this time because you have already drafted the Freya. So that means that this Baksha, the utility jungler for Team Liquid in combination with the Claude, will definitely have the tools in the latter portions of the game to deal with Alter Ego.
This has become one of the Filipino teams in M7's Obra Maestras, their magnum opuses, to be able to throw back to utility meta and shake up this fighter side lane situation and force teams to adapt. There goes the Lunox.
Break glass in case of emergency button for all the Filipinos.
Yeah.
How does AE respond?
Too many assassins, too many fighters. Let's bring back Baksha. Let's bring back Akai, Frederick.
Years later, it's still what breaks the game.
So you might target JP, like the catch as well as the Hynos will be the heroes that you could consider. At the same time, you want to take away Arlott or Lapu-Lapu from Sanford. So it is indeed going to be the Gadot Kacha.
Yeah.
JP will have to think about a different hero, and knowing that this could well be an assassin jungler for Alter Ego, Team Liquid, a safe pick, a safe way for them to ban Esmeralda, then pick Hilda, Red 4.
Already banned out in the first phase.
They're good. They're good, so it's much easier.
Much easier.
Hilda,
Although
easy pickup. Can you still afford the Cho?
Yeah. I'm really thinking Hilda here. I think if Alter Ego can just read through it, they will just ban the Hilda so that no matter what happens, they will have a good assassin.
Yeah. The mid lane turn, I feel like, is what Alter Ego is going for. They could just double down on the YSS Zetian combo to maximize their vision. That's one of the best ways you can deal with Team Liquid Philippines is if you can see where they are. So for the last ban, I think it could be a Sanford hero. They might just pick their poison in terms. Arlott already banned as well in the first phase, yeah. So it might be the Esme, Yu Zhong if they want to minimize the impact.
They might think Lapu-Lapu as well.
If they ban the Hilda, it's a clear telegraph. They want to put an assassin on Yasuke, but no, it's Povius.
They really want the Yi Sun Shin, I think.
Yeah.
Are they sort of like baiting TLPH of like, hey, we're gonna
Yeah.
put the Freya in the jungle, or is it really just to protect their YSS?
Really just to protect their wives or whatever assassin that they will have eventually, because the playing field is so wide for them. I believe that Team Liquid will pick up Hilda here. At worst, they will go Khalid, I guess. There is the Khalid. And now Alter Ego. I believe that this is a safer route to go for that for Yi Sin-Jin. But, you know, something tells me that the Kadita might be inbound as well, because Kalea could be a combo.
Yes.
They usually use it against the heroes of Team Liquid as well.
Yep, and there's still no synergy with the Kalea.
Yeah.
Kimmy isn't it. We've seen it yesterday. It really doesn't work
Just
much.
not it.
Nope.
Yeah, especially against Claude and Bastion. There's so much dive, and Kimmy might not have enough for that. Kadita is a diver herself, so
Yeah.
that could be a good combo. Apart from that, maybe Lilia for instead of Alter Ego.
Plus, it works out math-wise. You got sand and fire on the other side. Why don't you just throw water at them?
The chemistry works wonders, man.
Basic analysis.
Yeah, Lilia is the only hero amongst those we mentioned that they played before. And here we see a Joy and a Kag.
Akag. The lack of knockup from Alter Ego, apart from the Kalea, kind of is a problem against this Claude, but I appreciate the Joy. The Kagura, not so much. Now Team Liquid might just go for the Lapu Lapu this time, or maybe a lockdown hero against the Joy. And you also can take Glue.
Yeah. Yeah, like Glue here, they will not have the damage profile to deal with it. In the EXP lane, it becomes dead.
It might just go Alice, actually. I think that's
Oh,
the
yes.
best way
Yeah.
Liquid to go about this.
Yep, and you kind of nullify what the Kalea does. Like, sure, hit me with that Tsunami Slam. Thank you very much.
When you think about... What?
Oh!
What a swerve!
Khalid XP?
That's an XP lane Khalid. JP brings out the Tigreal.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, wait, there might be a bit of contention here
Okay.
for Team Liquid.
That can be it, right? That can be Tigreal.
Yeah. Wait a moment, folks. We saw the reactions immediately
All right.
from the side of Team
Calm
Liquid. It's gonna have to calm down.
This is not the first Tigreal of M7.
Yeah.
Tigreal has worked against the Joy before.
Yeah.
It was one of the answers.
The thing is, XP Khalid against a Uranus is kind of nothing.
Yes.
Uranus is just like, I'm happy, sure.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're just gonna want to leave.
Yeah. You just clear lane, concussive blast, and get out.
Peace out.
Yeah.
You don't even have to ever use your second skill as the Uranus then, which means that you can dash when you're trying to zone out. So this will... It seems like they will go through with it.
Yeah, yeah, it seems like maybe it's a more technical audio thing, and this is intended.
Sanford.
So yeah, Yangon Galacticos brought out a Tigreal earlier in the knockout stage.
Worked out well for them. They didn't get a win, right?
Nope,
Yeah,
but they went all the way. They went
Yeah.
like 23 minutes.
it extended it because of that Tigreal.
It looked good, I'll tell you that
Yeah.
much.
Not in the early game, I remember that. It was terrible in the early game, but then once it hit level 4, once it had its ultimate, the Joy on the other side, I believe they were up against the Joy too.
No, they were the Joy.
Oh, they were the Joy. They were up.
Yeah, they were
against-
compromising the Freya and the Esmeralda.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, melee based. If you think about it, Freya with the Uranus, with the Joy as well as the Kagura, if you think about it, their profile is melee. So maybe the Tigreal can work. We're still not sure though. We're not confirming anything, but we're just trying to justify what this Tigreal might mean.
Yeah, if it's real, if it's real, I think Liquid may have done too much homework.
Too much more. Because I feel like that XP Khalid is the one that's really a problem for me, because I don't see it working in this scenario. I really don't.
So by the way, Nino, whenever an ambulance passes by, the other players will always go, Nino, Nino, Nino. Wow, okay, Alter Ego just endeared themselves in my heart.
Yeah. Is there a sustained kind of XP where you can heal your teammates? Is that what
Heal
we
your
did?
teammates?
Yeah. There was a time where Revitalize.
Or you could rock Favor before. That was a patch thing.
Yeah, maybe.
We are heading in.
No.
It's
real.
legitimate.
It's
XP
real.
Khalid, Rome, Tigreal. Wolf, I think we already have your opinion on the drafts. Leo, last words on it.
I want to see the Tigreal work, man. It didn't work with Yangon. Hopefully with Liquid.
We thought it would be Alter Ego bringing in the unique Morgilla, crazy ideas, but it's Team Liquid Philippines showing up with Rome Tigreal and XP Khalid. Naisu, Trex, bring it on, let's go!
The Tigreal is real. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this match. It's a best of 5. The lower bracket gauntlet continues for Alter Ego and, of course, Team Liquid from the Philippines here. And whoever wins this series immediately will have to face off against the Giants. Whoa, JP. All right, they'll have to face off against the Giants, Trex. How are we feeling about the draft here?
I mean, there's definitely a couple off-brand picks, but I do think that happens on both sides. We have the Tigreal that didn't work previously, but we also have this Kagura with a 0% win rate.
Yeah.
So both teams have some picks, the Tigreal and the Kagura, that take a lot to work.
Yeah.
They have a good skill ceiling. Even though the Tigreal seems like an easy-to-go hero, if you're not landing those implosions, there's a problem.
Yeah, and I feel like Liquid too, despite the many questions we already have regarding this draft, so long as OHEB shows us a similar gameplay as he did on this Claude yesterday, then I feel like they will at least be fine. But that is knowing that they're up against Arfi on the Freya, and Arfi on the Freya is a completely different beast, so
Yeah.
we'll have to see him exert double the effort if he wants to actually manage this lane at least.
I feel like a lot of teams obviously have done that. They've gone to the Freya against the Claude, and like you mentioned, Arfi is one of those players that brought it out for one of the first times throughout M7. It's worked so far so good against the Claude specifically, and you know, again, that's why the work for OHEB is going to be a little bit tougher as this game goes on, but also Sanford on the Khalid, something we don't see too often. You know, Khalid picked up in the XP lane where you're used to seeing it in the roam, especially in the hands of JP, but this amount of crowd control could also solve to be, or to prove to be a problem for Alter Ego as they try to fight these objectives. You can see Carl TZ giving the go for this positioning. Turtle's gonna break out.
Oh, what? Hijime actually going in. Zones out enough of the members of Liquid, and Yanosuke finding Sanji right there. Raging Sanford landing on 3, however. Sanford fighting back, but Nino too, zoning them just the same, and now Sanford goes down next. It's a double for Yasuke.
An amazing response from Alter Ego. Team Liquid, I felt like, should have had the advantage. We're looking to mid-side. OHEB will get away safely, but still, having the Basha, you feel like there should be some advantage there. But Yasuke quickly switched shifts. Listen, we weren't going for the turtle. It was a bait, and they find Sanjin at that point. It's an easy win for Alter Ego.
And I think we saw that slight knock-up too, helping Alter Ego dealing with OHEB, and maybe that's all that they need, because right now, they can be the ones playing aggressive.
Yasuke with 2 early kills on this Joy against the GOAT Carl TZ, man. You know that, like, especially in the difference in terms of the rotational speeds with this Joy and also the lead that you get provides to be quite a bit of damage in the hands of Alter Ego, and that's already what we saw. Setup.
They're gonna commit on JP. Still gets to cast the implosion, but there won't be enough follow-up. Carl TZ is having a very hard time getting out of this, and Yasuke's now on a killing spree, but a response from Sanford and Sanji!
But Sanford goes down. Team Liquid thinks they have the answer to this full brunt attack, and there was nothing for them.
Team Liquid is the one getting stampeded right now at this point in the game. It just feels weird because you're used to seeing them control early game. Well, right now, Alter Ego has brought this composition and gotten the advantage.
Listen, Team Liquid isn't getting stampeded. They're charging towards the attack Titan right now. They're getting rocks thrown at them, horses just going down. And, you know, the problem is what is going to be the answer to this Joy? It's 3-1 and 2 already.
Yep.
There's practically zero crowd control except for the Tigreal. Yasuke is going to be all over the place if this continues like this.
Oh, Hijime gets the flicker out, but the implosion will be there to catch him. Now he gets a response with the Tsunami Slap and the Tidal Strike. JP still trying to walk away though, but Nino will be there to try and stop him, and JP too will not survive.
And the crowd is erupting right now. Every time Team Liquid thinks they get a play, Alter Ego snaps back. And normally, when I'm casting Team Liquid games, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Team Liquid might not want to get brawly with these guys right now.
That's what I'm saying, man. You know, a part of that is they just don't let up, and that's what Alter Ego has to do. Everything that's happened so far will get them this next objective. Second turtle in their hand. Carl TZ will be stopped in his tracks. Whoa!
Oh, that's a multiple knockup coming in, but then Yasuke all alone, dealing with almost every single member. Sanji trying to deal with Nino right in front of him, but it's not going to be enough. And on the other side of the map too, JP once again falling. It's only Carl TZ and OHEB left.
And Alter Ego continues to stomp forward. Team Liquid just running face first into a wall right now.
This is the tough part. Oh, Arfi? He should be able to get away.
Okay, he gets slowed down just a bit.
That's
OHEB, okay.
All right, that's a pickup that they needed. Team Liquid has to start looking for things that they can take off the map because so far control is not in their favor.
At this point, Oheb will be the golden ticket. He's 1-0-0 right now.
Karltzy?
Oh, he stole away that buff. Sanji with a better airstrike, trying to help him there. Alec will go for the setup, but now the team fight split up. Karltzy goes down first, but so will Alec for the trade.
Jungle for Rome, though, a fair trade for Alter Ego. The gold continues to go into their lead, but that one kill did go into the hands of Oheb, putting him at 2-0-0. And as I was saying, he is the golden ticket for Team Liquid right now, the last chance.
Yep.
But it is a ride. Luckily, since he hasn't taken any deaths, he's been able to get some free farm up in the top side, though. RP
once again, can
Yasuke.
handle this. Yasuke will be there, but the BMI somehow still saves Oheb. Karltzy to stop him, but it's not going to be enough. Yasuke still picks up the kill. A stun from Sanji, but the Yin Yang overturn, he has to avoid it. And now Hijume, he's showing what this Kagura is all about.
It's just like Trek said, man. Every punch that TL decides to throw, there's a counter punch from Alter Ego. They're doing such a great job at overlapping their rotations, overlapping the abilities that they have here to answer what TL throws at them. And that is going to continue to keep them ahead in this game and set them up the best possible way. Once the Lord comes into play, they should be able to go ahead and secure the third turtle. Karltzy will go ahead and grab his purple buff and get in to rotate. But Oheb, like you mentioned, Trex, might just be the one to cause this game to flip over. But Alter Ego has solved that for now.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him do it before, right? He gets the Trinity in, one big, wait.
Oh, another setup on JP, but JP still had the implosion! Catches 3, but RP is unstoppable on this Freya! Sanford couldn't do much as well. He tried to zone out the other members. Another attempt with the title strike. Karltzy's next. Sanford with Raging Sandstorm, but he too might go down. Fortunately has the flicker, but they're all forced under the turret.
Nino! Call the ambulance, because Alter Ego is pulling up at this point. Team Liquid, multiple members go down. That's 3 turtles over to them. It doesn't feel like there's an answer every time they set something up. I know Nino's not on a flashy here right now, and it looks like it's all Arfi, but every time a feathered airstrike comes down, Nino jumps on to Sanji, and it's just unplayable. The Farza can't get more than 2 of those feathered airstrikes to come down.
That's how you deal with it. You know, you kind of stop the amount of uptime that feathered airstrike has, and so far Alter Ego's been able to do that. Especially the Kagura, like the pressure with the Kagura is there, and that's what's actually either popped the Purify from Sanji or even Oheb, and then they're able to follow through. Looking at the items here too, you can see there's still tons of grounds to cover here, especially, again, Arfi is locked in for the most part. He's able to go ahead and just duel someone if he wants to with Corrosive Scythe. Battle Axe locked in, working on his next. You've already got a Holy Crystal and a Genius Wand as well for Yasuke, and that is what is causing such amount of burst when they follow through with the combos against TL.
RP as well, but wait a second, Tsunami Slam, everyone should be okay unless they try to force this. But RP picks up the Corrosion Scythe, goes into War Axe, and now he's working on an Endless Battle. Nice true damage going to be coming through to deal with Karltzy in the front line, to deal with JP. And we're seeing that Karltzy tries to find a way in on this Basha, but he's just getting gut checked every time he runs in.
Yeah.
It's a little weird too, just because, again, this is not a hero you usually see on Sanford. You can see that Sanford isn't necessarily able to do what you're used to see him doing on the likes of like a Yuzhong, for example, or even the Uranus or Narla, or like whatever he decides to pick up.
Yep.
This is different, so he has to approach these fights differently, and sometimes you might say, well, he's got the Raging Sandstorm, why doesn't he use it? But even so, if he gets that setup, they just necessarily don't have the damage yet with this lineup. I mean, you're 7,000 behind. You need time to go ahead and build up. There are some key items being picked up here, but it might be some time. He does pick up a Malefic Roar.
Damage Khalid, yeah.
He win. Yeah, but he win for Blade of Hepatis second, I'm pretty sure. He just got in the Blade of Hepatis. Heptasis.
Blade Heps, yep.
Sorry,
And the Malefic Roar, yeah.
And so Malefic Roar went first. Normally it's the other way around. So that could be a reason why we saw slightly lack of damage from him in the early phase. Trying to get those big picks, and maybe it makes the difference now, but still it's so hard to land on a Hijume.
Another setup on JP. Still gets to dash out though, but then RV might just get punished here! That's the setup with the Raging Sandstorm and the Blazing Duet coming in from Oheb. Now they're trying to target down Nino. Alec very low on HP as well. Somehow Team Liquid have regained control over the objective.
Oh, they have control of it, but Lord is still for the taking here, knowing they have the numbers advantage. What can Yazuki do here if he goes in?
Okay, they don't fight Yazuki just yet. Why did you punish Hijume?
Oh!
He throws out the umbrella in a weird direction, and now there goes the title strike. They won't go for a setup anymore. Alec doesn't have the top. He's slapped with the strike might just finish off the kill. But Yazuki finding two. It's now Evan Sanford going down. Carl Tizzy might just be next, and that's a triple for Yazuki.
Yazuki waited patiently and it all paid off.
I'm watching, I'm waiting for that green dot to pop up. He used the electrifying beats already. He hung out in the tri-bush. And Carl Tizzy, instead of checking it, goes for Hijume. So it buys Yazuki enough time. And I'm a little worried when he came in, but no, he had enough damage. He's able to turn that whole thing into his hands, and now the Lord is into the hands of Alter Ego.
My goodness, man. There's been talks about Yazuki and what he's been able to accomplish up to this point, and imagine he is 9-1-6, started so strong on this Joy pick, and against Carl Tizzy too. I mean, the game plan was apparent from TL. They wanted to go and just get the kills, not so much commit to the Lord, because they want to go ahead and get some shutdowns, get some crucial gold for them, but it didn't happen. Alter Ego responded really well and kept things under control. And now they've got the Lord, so they can go ahead and get ready to get to the base of TL. They are massively ahead in most departments. Yeah, the roam nearly isn't different there, but it's still difficult for JP to exactly decide, is this a fight we should take? Should we set up here? And then even for Sanford to follow through. He's gonna go for a little bit defensiveness now because of the amount of magic damage that is coming out from Alter Ego's lineup.
All of them had to prioritize the magic defense first, but then you also have to deal with Arfi. You have to deal with the other members too. Whoa, Feathered Airstrike. They will be focusing on clearing down the Lord first.
Might be a slight mess up on the push there, but still, they do get the Holy Defense off on the bottom tower before the Lord connects, so they get a lot of damage onto that, but Tier 2 in the mid still standing, but with the AK gold lead, Alter Ego aren't going to slow it down, they're not going to freeze lanes, they want more out of this push.
We'll see how they approach it. Again, Tier 2's all going to fall. They set up here, under the top.
Kumendaka flicker Yang from Hijume takes down Sanji. There's the implosion. Sanford to finish off Hijume onto the back lines. We are going to take a look at OPT though because he cannot tack the damage anymore. Everyone's getting bursted down. Not even the blazing doing is enough. Another triple, but this time for Arfi. And this might just be it for Alter Ego.
They have to wait for the minions to push in, but they're nearly there. They see the win in sight.
All they need is a few more seconds. Alter Ego Esports in a dominating fashion might just put an end to game number 1. Sanji Feathered Airstrike, but that's all that he's got.
What?
A shutdown on Yazuki though. They might have just saved the game.
Have they saved the game? Although the Feathered Airstrike comes out with big value. How does TL make it happen?
In a matter of seconds, Team Liquid survives. This is what we love MLBB for. Team Liquid still in the game. Yes, the gold lead is huge, but with a comeback like that, with a survivability like that, just about anything is possible from this point.
That is one of the biggest defensives so far that we've seen in M7 to buy more time. Again, we're gonna look at the replay here, brought to us by Visa. Look at this, it's all initiated here on the bottom side. They get a great team fight in their favor, you throwing everything at TL, but then because the waves weren't pushed the way that they needed to actually end the game here, it took a little bit too long, and you see that 20 seconds for Sanji on the death timer at that point, bought him enough time to change the course of that defense. Now, what does this mean? Does it change much? Not too much. They stayed in the game, but this Lord is up, and now Alter Ego is starting it up.
I don't know, man. You never count out Team Liquid. It might not change too much, but it buys more time, and we're closing in on the 15-minute mark. Gold is getting past the 40K mark for both teams, and things are going to get more and more aggressive from Team Liquid as we move forward.
We're going to focus on the hero, Sanji with a Feathered Airstrike too, but Yazuki just goes in for the dive! OHEF goes down first! A very unfortunate sequence of events for Team Liquid after that defense! A double kill once again for Arfi! Sanford finds the trade on Yazuki, however, but Sanji somehow dodges this, but not the attempt from 3 members of Alter Ego!
It didn't change too much. We're back in the base, but this time, Alter Ego will be able to take game 1 under their belt. And there you go. The series started out strong by Alter Ego, and that's going to be the first loss, by the way, for Claude from OHEB. And that's tough to deal with because it just seemed like, I don't know, the draft wasn't working in their favor, but every team fight from start to finish was just all Alter Ego.
Honestly, none of that felt like it was working in their favor.
Yeah.
Was it just the Tigreal? Was it just the,
The joy, the...
And I don't know, for me, it wasn't just the draft. Team Liquid made some mistakes in the early phase. Yes, they fell behind. That was okay. You lose the one fight. But then they kept on going for it. They fed into what Alter Ego wanted. And once we saw that Joy get to 2-0 in that first team fight, I felt like they should have kind of hit the brakes a little bit.
Yeah, so much struggles for Liquid at that point. The draft, it wasn't just a draft, but I feel played a really huge role because it didn't completely enable nor emphasize on the strengths of Liquid individually, and especially what they're able to do as a team, because they couldn't even, or we didn't even see them attempt to go in at the same time. There's always one guy getting punished first, be it JP or even Carl, and I don't know, there are just so many questions for me when it comes to this game.
I'm sure our panel has questions. I'm sure the viewers do, but hell, that's one hell of a game for Alter Ego. We're going to throw it over to the panel to break down our game one.
This is why I say when I look at Yasuke, I look at a younger version of Carl Tizzy, hungry for the kill, going for that punish. And here's a little note about Filipino MLBB. We love to use our minion waves as a tool. But what happens when you have two side laners, a Freya and a Uranus, known very well for cutting lanes and making sure that those minions cannot be used as a weapon?
And you can really see that it just not gonna work. I mean, we said that the Khalid might struggle in the laning stage, and it did. The unfortunate thing for Team Liquid Philippines is that they allow the Joy to be the draft for Alter Ego, where usually you want to not give the Joy the first turtle. And they not only gave the first turtle to Joy, they gave 2 kills. I think even right then you can already say that it was disastrous for Team Liquid. The fact that they have prolonged this game this much was actually more of a surprise to me because I felt like the draft conditions for Team Liquid were just to take that first few minutes, roll over that, and hopefully get the W in the mid-game.
This was mentioned when we snowballed the idea of, is the Tigreal legit? Yes, the Tigreal was legit, and yes, its legit side effects showed through, right? Early game weaknesses, until this Tigreal can get to a good position, hit that implosion at level 4 at the right time, then that's only when you can really get the payoff. But to try and salvage the situation, I get why it's a Tigreal though. Not the reason why you think it is, not to the detriment of shuffling the Khalid over, but when you have a Kalia, remember when Joy was a thing? Tigreal showed up. So when you have a hero that likes to throw people in the middle of your lineups, you kind of want to pick a hero that's happy being there. So that's what the Tigreal was. And we saw some signs of it working for Liquid, but again, as mentioned by Trex, there were some moments when it wasn't just a draft. Something about playing on this stage here in Tennis Intersenayan takes out, I don't want to say the worst, but a more aggressive side of Liquid that we haven't really seen much of in recent time.
And to be fair, there is not much that they can do when it comes to their aggression because they're dependent on the ultimate of the Tigreal. And JP, when he had those openings, he actually looks electrifying for his side of Team Liquid.
Yes.
I think it's just that first turtle fight that they should have won. They drafted in the Baxia, and then they also have this Khalid. They really have to counter that Joy by taking away the first turtle and maybe rolling the game over from that perspective. Even that stage, I would say that there is still a win condition for the side of Alter Ego. That's why I felt like Alter Ego has the superior draft in a way that they have openings in most parts of the game. Whereas for Team Liquid, you really have to get that first turtle going in for you. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. The Joy had 2 kills in the early stages, and you see how well Yasuke plays and pilots this hero.
Yeah, the lineup of Team Liquid, it looks like it was too complex to make work in this game number 1. Their conditions had like X, Y, Z, this has to happen. Use time this, when I get Tsunami Slam, then I Implosion, then Sanji, but then no one's stopping that Joy from accessing that Farsa. It was overcooked by Team Liquid.
You know why I agree with that? Is because in the latter stages of the game, we saw some skirmishes where eventually Team Liquid are able to pick off heroes from the side of Alter Ego. For example, the Farsa is allocated to take out the Kagura eventually, or maybe take out the Joy after the implosion. However, there are just so many bodies that Alter Ego are able to throw at Team Liquid. So whenever they do eventually get a pick-off, the trade-off is really bad. They don't have the implosion anymore, they don't have the Farsa ultimate, and they definitely managed that cloud with that Freya. So I think that yes, it was overcomplicated, and it was very conditional, and every time that you get one piece out of the puzzle for Team Liquid, they just break.
Yeah. The lineup of Alter Ego, though, as mechanically demanding a Joy could be, the best players in the world make every Joy game look so easy, and Yasuke did just that. Every team fight, it was him having non-stop access to wherever Sanji or Oheb will end up being. And in the end, the MVP of the game is, of course, the young man, the rookie to the world stage, Yasuke, 11, 3, and 11.
Great performance coming out from Yasuke, especially because of the start that he had. But one memorable thing that I remember, one memorable clash was when there was a Lord fight and it looked to be really Liquid, Team Liquid getting it. I think they got 2 pickoffs after the implosion. However, Yasuke thought, okay, no more implosion, I just have to wait for my ultimate, go to where Oheb is. The moment this clutch shows up, now it's my time to take down the members of Team Liquid. The timing was great, he gets a triple kill, salvages the fight, and then eventually wins it for the team.
This is symptomatic of how Liquid's lineup is very reliant on everything going right. So yes, they got the 2-man pickoff for free, but where did it leave them? A majority of them at half health, a lot of their resources, ults, battle spells spent up, and that's why Yasuke came in for the cleanup. I hope we see that moment here on the replay. This is an early game moment, second turtle taken. Again, after that implosion, after the reposition by JP, there's really not much Liquid can play with.
This is why I wanted to focus on the side lanes here. Proactive side laners are going to win this one. We know we can depend on the Roamid trio for both of these teams, but proactivity in the side actually spells doom for macro-centered gameplay.
You know why that worked? It's because you will see them having 5 people invading the jungle of Team Liquid. Philippines, Alter Ego are so good at activating their side laners that they can invade.
Fortunately, Liquid could have afforded it. Carl TZ is playing a Baxia. He doesn't need that much farm. He can afford to maybe lose a small camp here or there. Worst case scenario, maybe a buff, and he can recover from that. But what made it worse is Oheb couldn't easily double lane. Sanford's main strength, the Sandwalk, able to leave the lane. It's no good because you randomly leave your lane, you bump into 5 members of AE, you get punished.
That actually literally happened in one of the team fights where Oheb attempted to go for the double lane, actually had to pop the Blazy do it, but then BMI out because there are 3 people in front of his face. He's not even able to clear that minion away when that happened. So the flash farm from Oheb did not happen in this game. 2, 4, and 3, even with the Purify. You gotta say, this team, Alter Ego, they were prepared against that Cloud.
Yeah, we know them to be aggressive. We know them to be in your face, but 100% they know how to play the macro so well. This was a great display from Alter Ego in lane cutting. The Uranus and the Freya together constantly cut the side lanes to the point where Oheb could not find farm for himself because it would be way too dangerous for him to get out. He eventually built up to a Malefic gun and a golden staff as well, but then the rest of the team just did not have enough items, and he needed that front to stay strong against that Joy coming in to dive him.
And definitely see now, with the composition that Team Liquid had, there were so many answers from Alter Ego. There were so many good tech here coming from Alter Ego, particularly this Kagura that we have not talked about yet. The moment that he got his Holy Crystal did not stop. Although there will be times where he will be picked off. In fact, 4 out of the 12 times that Alter Ego played this game came from that Kagura. He already did his job. 7 assists with this side, with the Rupture as well, to make sure that no matter whoever receives that burst coming out from the Kagura will just drop. This is a specific hero to take out a specific hero of Team Liquid, depending on the team fight. For example, they might go for the Farsa to cancel that ult or threaten this Claude eventually, and of course, take out the Khalid when he goes for the quicksand guard.
I'm hoping that Liquid are able to recover from here because there's 2 or 3 major things that they need to address going into game number 2 to try and equalize. Because Alter Ego, all they did here was play their game. And I love how Coach Zephyr did not really go far off the beaten path. All he had to do was go to page 2 maybe of his playbook and say, yup, that's what it is. We have to play the weird mid laner in the Kagura and maybe dig a little deeper to Yasuke's hero pool, play the Joy, who has now become, what, a B-tier jungler? And they still got off scot-free.
if they wanted to go into the Tigreal here, I feel like the Khalid made a lot of sense. We've seen the impact of the Khalid and even the Claude together with their aggression, but I don't know, part of me thinks that Khalid could have been something else. They could have just picked up their EXP laner in the first phase and then still end up setting up for the Tigreal. Or if they want to be surprising and honest, set up the Tigreal in the first phase, right?
Yeah, that flex felt very fragile.
Yeah.
It felt like building a house on a bridge that could only take, 2 people.
So I feel like the red side is not that amenable to flexible, which is weird because it's the last pick, right? However, we do know that when you're in the blue side, you can actually flex even more. I think that maybe Alice could have been good in that game, but you cannot fourth pick it in a way for Team Liquid.
Yeah, it was tough, I guess. I mean, that's just all the pressures when it comes to be playing professional MLBB. There's so many things to consider, statistics, strategies, which way are we going to go? Which is why we have some very important friends, of course, that we can utilize to our success. Realme 15 Pro, where is it? There it is. The AI insights from the Realme 15 Pro, win rate predictions, gold analysis, items, everything in real time. It's like having a strap coach in your pocket. That's the AI gaming coach for you.
Doesn't stop there though. When the fight breaks out, it's consecutive skills. The feature lets you unleash a perfect preset combo, just one tap. It guides your strategy and elevates your execution. That's the full AI-powered edge. Perfect for people like me.
From prediction to performance, it's a complete package. You play, we carry Realme 15 Pro, the M7 official gaming phone. So good, you can even play with your elbows. Don't try it in rank, please. If you want a Realme 15 Pro, why not you call a little friend to help you out for you? I got V here. He's back on the stage. This is his miniature form. He will later on hopefully evolve to his big form as we see in the M7 Carnival.
Yeah.
He's here at the M7 World Championships to cheer us all up. Ain't he cute? Sometimes we call him little V-chan because he's a tiny little baby and he's visited Japan. That's how we picked that up. Sometimes he even gets mistaken for a cloud because he floats around everywhere, bringing Visa's vision of being everywhere you want to be with his playful energy. V is here at M7 to experience the world of gaming and esports alongside all the amazing MLBB fans. He's here to cheer on every team, whether they're winning or losing. And remember, with Visa, be the champion you want to be. No, wait, be the real MVP. Get it? Get it?
No, V, which do you have a team rooting for here? Let's go Liquid. Wait, yo, you said you would be supporting both teams. You can't just go for one. Liquid! V! No, stop. V also cheer for Alter Ego. Alter Ego! Okay, good job, all right.
He's an Alter Champ now.
Yeah, he's an Alter Champ now as well. You also have bonuses in-game as the M7 bonuses for the pass went live on January 1st, New Year's Day, the day I flew out of the Philippines. Yeah, I've been here for quite some time. It's packed with exclusive rewards like Granger's Thunder Ascendant Epic Skin, the Cosmic Finality Prime Skin, the M7 figurine, Battle Effects, Prime Avatar Border, and more. Plus, upgraded a little bit. Don't miss out on some very wonderful rewards. All right. I think in just a moment we're going to be hearing a few words from Nino and Sanford. I think we got a little interview in on them, so we got to see a little bit of interaction. Real quick, if there's one thing Liquid needs to change heading into Game 2, what should it be?
There's really nothing. I think that they just have to be safe when it comes to like sieging, I guess.
Okay. Leo, what about for you?
Keep it tight, both in your draft and in execution. Keep it simple.
Yeah, Alter Ego has kept things simple, but of course with those little bits of advanced techniques that you can bring into the game, and they took game number 1 away from Team Liquid. So now let's hear from Sanford and Nino to know a little bit more.
Sanford, I will teach you. Saya akui AE emang hebat.
Hah? Saya akui
AE hebat.
emang hebat.
Yeah. AE is great.
Oh, I agree though. Okay, I'll teach you too.
Yeah.
Alam nating lahat na ang Team Liquid ay napakalakas.
Uy.
Ay napakalakas.
Lakas.
It means Team Liquid is super strong.
Oh, yeah. AE bakal menang hari ini.
AE bakal menang
hari ini. Yeah. AE wins today.
Okay. I have one more. Okay. Team Liquid
Team Liquid
ang magkakampiyon,
ang
magkakampiyon
magkampiyon
ngayong gabi.
ngayong gabi.
It means
It means
Team Liquid will be the champion tonight.
oh yeah. Wait, my team win today.
No, it's my team.
My team.
My team, my team.
No, my team.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that we featured the family-friendly version of that. I'm pretty sure there's some footage somewhere of the not-so-family-friendly version of that. Of course, that is the natural language of international MLBB, teaching each other some of the
That's right.
finer points of each other's languages.
Spicier vocabulary.
The spicier vocabulary.
Yeah, I think Sanford's just glad it wasn't Mirko who is teaching him some Bahasa in the words because I'll be not family friendly at all. But here we are, heading to the next game with a different approach for Team Liquid.
Oh, it has to be.
If I were to guess, if there's something that they have to change, I think they have to pick blue side.
Yeah. I mean, if they decide to run it back here, they have the choice and they're going to go red. I think that's going to be an acknowledgement of Team Liquid messing up their own execution, not respecting some certain aspects of the Alter Ego lineup. But yeah, I'm on the boat of just play it safe, man. Just go to the blue.
Yeah, it's easier to keep it simple on blue because you're not weighed down by the forced flex on red 5. You're not given the choice to make the mistake, which I don't want to call what they did in game 1 a mistake, but a loss is a loss. So that counts as a mistake.
Yeah, it's the age-old kiss. Keep it simple, sayang. That's all you got to do, Liquid.
It's simple, Saya. All right, love it. Well, if they do get into the blue side, though, you will have to think of a different priority here. You might just go for the Claude, obviously, but in that scenario, I think the Freya should just be banned.
That's what we're saying. Game 1, we mentioned pre-draft. By banning the Freya, you get so much in return. If they were going to go blue, they could still what? Ban out the Fanny, ban out the Grok, threaten the Zushin trade, and ban the Freya. They didn't do it!
Oh, Freya Esmeralda is...
They're gonna run it back!
This is so good because this also prevents Hilda from Team Liquid, but immediately that's Lo Yi, as well as the Predator. Team Liquid bring out the pieces of the Exodia, and now you know that they are in it now. They're now locked in.
Yeah, they ain't effing around, bro. They are honest with it. It's like, oh yeah, we're going to bring back Liquid Prime. You get the Chef on the Lo Yi, you get Carl Tizzy on the Fredrin, and back then it was Benny Cutie. Now, of course, it's Oheb. You get the Claudin.
Yep. Now, I think you will now go for your Kalea. If it's still open, yeah, it's still open. However, because it's the Lo Yi, they might just go for a Cho instead, so there's some isolation.
Yeah.
But I do feel like this will be
They call me a hero
initiate.
because I saved my
Maybe
nation
Shin
from
against
falling
the Lo Yi, maybe because of the vision that you get from it.
I think they might also be thinking about that. They might end up having to fight front to back, sadly, up against a Lo Yi. But the Mountain Shocker has always shown up its value when it comes to those kind of playstyles.
Yeah. And now the Kalea will be banned by Coach RC. Maybe actually the Farsa is next on the docket.
Yep. And here's the thing. AE doesn't have to ban the Uranus. They can pick it. Oh, no, they can't. So they have to ban the Uranus now.
They actually can.
Before we came up with the Apex Predator, there was a time where we were floating the idea of calling Sanford the human calculator because of this fact. He used to compete in math quiz bees for nearly 5 years.
Oh.
So he's good with his X's and Y's.
Big maths. Big maths.
Big maths.
I'll be surprised. Yeah, it is indeed the Farsa. That's what I actually am predicting here for Team Liquid. And now it makes so much sense because Alter Ego will not have that much of a good hero against this Lo Yi. But they have not faced Lo Yi, however, though. So they might just go for, oh, there's the Cho that I also mentioned earlier. Maybe they would go Zetian actually as their last pick.
Yeah. Cho Zetian clear up the minion wave really well, and you have to be on point with your management lest you suddenly lose the next 3 to 4 minion waves.
It's typically Hylas here for Team Liquid, and then they may toss it out with an Arlet. That Arlet will... Oh,
but the Arlet's banned.
It's banned, so they might just go for probably Lapu-Lapu.
Laps, yeah.
Against an Esme, though, in lane, I'm not a big fan of it. They might just double down in either the Uranus or a Glue at that point.
Yeah, I would rather the Glue. Oh!
Alice?
If you're Uranus, then you just hunker down on the Esme-Uranus matchup.
Yeah.
But you're good against the Eastern Shin.
Yeah. Or there's no Kali. But there's good JP. Maybe it's just the highest.
Oh,
the chip, obviously.
Oh my god. Yeah, they aren't messing around. They're going, this is season 13 Liquid.
What are the odds that Alter Ego goes for the Fire Mist now, especially because it's Loyi plus the chip?
Actually, I'm not gonna knock that, but it's up against a Claude. You take away the Nether Realm so quick.
Maybe you just go for... Maybe... Oh, no, not the Loyi, not the Lilia, actually. Valentina, perhaps? For Alter Ego?
Yeah, that makes a bit... Well, I think we can just go for the Zetya, and I wouldn't mind it. If you're front to back, then yeah, maybe they might lean into the Kimmy as well, but that's so much attack, continuous damage. They need hard burst, I feel like.
Yeah. And you're so vulnerable as the Kimmy.
Selena? No, it's going to be lagging against the Yuzong, Fred. Even though you want to keep tabs on the chip, it's not the way to do
That
it.
was something different. And
Time to go to the Amity show.
it's a
A Lilia, okay. I mean, classic front to back. That is the answer to go for. I think the Lilia and Cho actually rounded it out really well. That leans in a little bit more towards the Alter Ego play style.
Yep. It also, however, I would say that this Loyi and chip, I have never seen it lose.
Yeah.
Gotta say, so that really makes me scared for Alter Ego in this game number 2.
Liquid may have found out something about Alter Ego in their preparation. They keep attacking mid, and they force him on the Kagura game 1. Hijime now is forced to play the Lilia. I don't know if it'll survive against the onslaught of the Liquid Stampede.
Liquid has to win this game, I gotta admit. If they bring out this kind of lineup, this is them saying, we want to take control of the series, the momentum. And if they lose this, I don't know if they can recover with this Indonesian crowd as Alter Ego look to challenge the Golden Road. Game number 2, who do you think is going to win, a Liquid or Alter Ego? Type it off in the chat as Naisu Trexen bringing to call the action.
All troops
To take control of the series, you got to start here in game 2, taking control of the map. I feel like with this composition from TL. We'll see if Alter Ego can do what they did in game 1, where they started strong and they carried on throughout the game.
You know, on paper, I do honestly really like Alter Ego's draft. Team Liquid, they have the wild card picks though. You have teleportation.
Yeah.
You have the power of movement. You have the power of surprise. Alter Ego does have answers. The Lilia, we haven't, I think this is our first, is this our first see of it so far from Swiss to now?
We've seen it, yep. We've seen the Lily a couple times,
It
actually.
answers well to Carl Teasy.
Yep.
A beautiful answer to Carl Teasy.
Yep.
You have the Cho, which is a great answer to Sanji on the Lu Yi. Overall, Alter Ego does have good answers around the map.
Yeah. Oh, JP though, going for the engage, forced to flicker out. I sort of agree, but I'd also want to trust
Have
somehow in Liquid and their objective capabilities, because this is a utility jungler that we're talking about in the hands of Carl Teasy, one of his specialties even. And it's not just that, they have more than just 1 or 2 ways to take control of the map. This is the Loyi Claude that we're talking about. So worst comes to worst, at least they have that long-range BMI to work with.
Again, this is, you know, Sanford on the Yuzhong, very different from the Khalid that we saw him in game 1, but even so, Arfi, again, he's undefeated on this Freya. Had a great game in the last one. Hijime bringing out the Lilia, I think, is going to be kind of annoying to deal with, especially because of the way the poke works and the ability to potentially cause enough damage within a team fight, especially depending on how Hijime builds this out, that it gives them this kind of fighting prowess against the macro level of this. Arfi could be in trouble. Is he going to go 1v2? No, he's fine enough with that Valkyrie form.
You know, if I'm thinking of win cons for Team Liquid, we need to see Sanford be aggressive in this early phase. He's the major damage dealer. Carl Teasy needs to be able to get these objectives. Look at the damage!
Called it, but Carl Teasy doesn't survive that. Sanford picks up the kill on Yazuke though, but he does get traded out. So all that to lose Carl.
Yeah, you lose Carl. No one commits to the turtle just yet. They might go ahead and grab it once Yasuke gets back there, but still, Carl's here now too, so I think they want to give it a round 2.
Okay, and now it's Nino who they look to target. Will walk safely under the turtle and gets to dodge the combo from Sanji. Now they set up for the turtle objective. Alec trying to disrupt them just a bit. JP2 going for the zone. There's the stun, but the way of the dragon is used onto him. Hijime going for the burst, but this is enough time for Liquid to take the turtle.
Maybe Yazuke is not even looking for the turtle. He's down bot. A quick diversion, though, to make sure that he can't steal this orange. Alter Ego Esports, I think in the end of that, It's a pretty fair trade overall. No big buffs were stolen from Team Liquid. If Alter Ego is able to take that orange, I would give it into their favor.
Yep.
It's a jungler for jungler. Sanford does take a death though, and that injures this bridge that is supposed to help Team Liquid carry themselves into the mid.
Okay, does he get to clear this wave? Mountain Shocker. Oh! Doesn't get to survive that, but JP though going in with the shortcut brings in everyone from Liquid. That's the Appraiser's round. Now Antonino as well, but the counter falling Star Moon still gets stunned, and that's gonna be a 1-for-2.
As we've seen for our XP laners, hold on, Oheb.
Oheb gets knocked up, does have the BMI, will reposition. Hijime was there though. Fortunately, Carl saving him there.
Great skill there from Oheb to stay alive, but again, Sanford's gonna deal, he's gonna be the punching bag. Like I've said throughout the Swiss and knockouts, your XP laners get beat up, man, and that's just how it's gonna be, and then they can adjust from there. Now, taking a look at the items, again, Alter Ego, still playing the same way. They're still working in their first items across the board for both teams here, but it's more so answering that ability that if Alter Ego chooses to pick a lane, go for a gank, get a kill, they always have to be conscious of the shortcut. Not just that, but the diversion too, because those are such two big, powerful ultimates that are in the sleeves of Team Liquid.
DHS is locked in for Oheb, and normally, what we saw last game, it took a bit longer for Oheb to get involved, but because of the shortcut, he's able to join these fights instantly, and it's going to be one of the things that gives Team Liquid a nice advantage coming into some of these fights.
Okay, 10 seconds away from this turtle. They might decide to just go ahead and full-on fight it. Arfi and Oheb, they've been at it just like we expected. Arfi, handling his own there, but you can see the rotation and the setup is getting in place.
Yeah.
Yasuke has done a great job at controlling a lot of the objectives and in their games as Alter Ego, and that's something that we have to see here from Carl Teason. Again, why I think he's opted to go back to that. Let me pick utility pick. So Sanji.
Sanji doesn't get to touch that. He gets bursted down. Without him, this is a huge go signal for Alter Ego to just go and commit to the turtle.
I was just about to say, I don't know if Alter Ego wants to commit to this turtle with Yasuke already down 2. It's a tough fight for them, and even now, even without Sanji, it's dangerous, right?
Nope.
But that's a huge win before the turtle to at least, whoa!
Oh wait, Tanford will try to go for the assassinate. Ooh, Yasuke still survives! But that's gonna be enough time for Carl Tizzy to actually take the turtle. JP flickering in to finish off the kill! And now, it's all members of Liquid fighting. Blazing to it, committed by Oheb, gets cancelled by the knockup from the way of the dragon, though. Nino will be taking him down. There is gonna be the chase from Alter Ego, though, gets stopped by Sanji still. Hijime trying to go for the kill. Carl Tizzy shutting down Alec, and they'll still try to chase for Sanford, but he's still gonna be alive! Energy eruption of Razor's Wrath, and it's a double for Carl!
Alter Ego, actually, they almost win that fight for a second there, but wait a second, big diversion coming in.
They still want to go? Another fight! Brewing up top! They land the stun, but it's gonna be under the turret, might just convert into a kill for Yasuke, and that's what's gonna happen!
TL, I think they should have backed off. They decided to go, and you gotta remember, this is the Flying Clouds map, so even if you get some kills, those members coming back up will be back to the fight so quickly, so they end up having a death here. And that's an adjustment that needs to be made, but Alter Ego Esports, again, with everything that's happened, will continue to go ahead and scale up. Now the problem being, yes, Oheb doing a pretty good job at being able to farm. Arfi is doing the same. So eventually, when we get to that point in the game, these gold laners are going to be so important for their team fights here.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's actually balancing it out despite all the energy shields earlier being taken by Arfi, and his turret also being slightly damaged too.
I gotta say, yesterday we were talking about teams bringing out the worst in each other, and I feel like these two teams right now are bringing out the worst in each other. From overextension from Alter Ego to overextension from Team Liquid. They are real. I mean, this whole game 2 is on tilt right now. Everyone is on tilt right now, and this is not just for a win. This is, this is for ego right here.
It's so important to tilt.
This is a whole lot at stake basically in this, and I think with the way that TL was kind of handled by Alter Ego Esports in Game 1, they definitely want to come out with this lineup and make it work, but so far you can't call it anyone's game just yet. Alec, well, not the kick he was looking for.
Not the right combo too, but they take down that tier 1 turret though, even though they didn't actually find the Falling Star Moon also. Carl Tizzy though makes his way to the turtle. Oheb getting bursted by Hijime, already using the black shoes. Black dragon form by Sanford onto Yasuke under the turret, diving in there, finally picks up the kill.
Oh they're still going.
The Hunters on the prowl. Arfi able to take out Sanford, though. It's a 1-for-1 as Alec with the re-engage.
Okay, that's the Appraiser's draft. Nino still flickering in, trying to go for the chase on JP. Does Sanji have the combo? Will not make it in time. That's 2 for 1.
Time after time, blow after blow. It's just not stopping at this point, but once again, just like game 1, Alter Ego seems to win out on the trades. They get the mid-tier 3. They lose Yasuke, but they find Sanford plus JP on top of it.
I love how after all that, both gold laners just swap sides, but they are going to get pressure for this tier 1. Oh, hip.
All 3 ascent.
No flicker from Alex still, but Arfi are...
No guns here.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's our tower. Back up.
Oh my God.
Kick to the face.
Hey, you know, again, at this point, this is exactly what Alter Ego has to do. Whoa, diversion? They actually gonna follow through?
Oh, they find Heejaman! Energy! Another stuff from JP. Now doesn't have the black shoes, and OM will finally take him down!
That was the wrong bush to walk into.
Hey, I don't think Black Shoes is gonna help you with that, you know, and everybody shows up through the shortcut. So, this is the thing they have to keep in mind. As the game transitions, and Alter Ego controls, you know, portions of the game, at some point the map is open, and you have to keep your head on a constant swivel, basically, if you're Alter Ego. Because at any point, it's either the diversion or the shortcut. And it almost gets to this point where it's just a whole lot like this.
That's the shortcut dodge by Arfi. Such great mechanics you're seeing from this player. Still get the tier 1 turret though, but the combo from Sanji actually stuns so many. Sanford going in for the backlines, but so is Nino. Arfi going down. Now it's Heejaman next. Yasuke all alone together with Alec. Do they still want to fight this? It's Carl and Sanford, but without the Black Dragon form, they might just try and attempt. But the other members of Liquid, they're gonna come and join. Now it might just be a wipeout in favor of Liquid.
Team Liquid Philippines got in the paint with Alter Ego Esports. And this time they had a team fight that could last. They could disengage, re-engage, get back in it, and throughout about a minute there, we didn't know which way it was going, but all it took was one final diversion to turn the table.
And that's my point, Trex. You don't know which way they're coming from. That's exactly what happened to Alter Ego Esports. There's too many possibilities for TL to show up, and now they're trying to hold down the mid lane.
And Carl-TZ literally holding down everyone who attempts to try and fight against his team.
Can I just say too, the adjustments that Sanford made here. Again, he got beat up in the early game. Now he's this threat. He's exactly what you expect the XP laners to do. Nino as well on the Esmeralda is capable of doing the same thing, but the way the team fights are happening is the threat of the Black Dragon form with the Petrify here. Whoa, Nino already burning the Flicker, by the way. So he's not gonna have that. Meanwhile, Lord is making its way up top. You have the rest of TL down here on the bottom. And so they are just taking real estate around the map here.
Oh, they spot JP there. And all, or at least the shortcut is available. So I guess that's what Alter Ego is really trying to be careful about. They come in on JP though.
One of the things that kept Sanford in this game, yes, he takes 2 or 3 deaths in the early game. Yasuke also takes 2 or 3 deaths in the early game. So Sanford knows his target. He knows the person that I can still bully even though I'm behind. And he's the one who's been claiming almost all of these deaths on Yasuke. A lot of damage though.
That's a Petrify on Nino.
Why was Nino there when his Flicker was down? I mean, he used it earlier. He knew that he could potentially get set up there. There wasn't much room for him to move, and he knows there's a Petrify across from it. A lot of crowd control that can stop him in his tracks. Again, you can't just rely on fire.
Oh! A Flicker from JP and the Black Dragon form. Now everyone's just getting dived by Liquid. OM trying to finish off the kill on Heejaman. Still has the black shoes though, but they'll now focus on the mid-base turret. They still will decide to work on the other remaining turrets for now. They're taking things one step at a time.
Nino does finally come up. Can they clear the minions?
Carl-TZ going in. Look at the burst coming in from Liquid. They will get to deal with this minion for now, but there are multiple waves still coming from the mid and the top lane. Nino back again in the game. They will try to focus on him for just a bit more, but now it's Liquid just focusing on what's needed. The base is in. Okay. Everything was so fast.
That's game 2. Done and dusted. Just like in game 1 when you thought, man, is this gonna end? Well, this time TL's like, hey, we're gonna end it here. We're not gonna leave any second guesses. And I'll tell you what, they came out with a lineup that was meant for a certain purpose. And that's just to kind of keep you guessing. Where are we going to show up? Where's the cavalry going to come through? And Alter Ego now, I feel like, has to consider that potentially happening again. The Chip, the Luyi, those marquee picks that we see from TL before are still a problem even now.
Team Liquid had a point to prove in that game. They definitely did, showing that, listen, we can brawl with you, and this time we'll win it out. And they build a composition that's ready to brawl, that can go the distance in all of these fights, and then they just execute it so perfectly.
And remember how fast they locked in the Luyi and the Fredrin during the draft. It's like they didn't even need to think about it, regardless of whatever Alter Ego decided to go for the first 2 picks in red. It was just such a decisive call for Liquid to stick with, I guess, what's really comfortable for them and what really is tested and proven for this team.
This was definitely comfort for TL, as we've seen before. We're going to have to go ahead and have our panel break down this game, too.
That reminded me a little bit from a book I grew up with, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Habit number 6, synergies. Fredrin, Luyi, Yuzhong, Claude, Chip. Talk about a synergistic lineup from Team Liquid. That's a signature. They needed to win this, and they won it.
And we see the speed of when they picked it up. It was instantly go for the Luyi, go for the Fredrin, go for the Yuzhong last pick. They knew exactly what they wanted to do in this particular scenario. They read through the draft, and this have worked before so many times. In fact, Luyi and Chip is such a scary combo for someone to give Team Liquid.
You literally folded the map in half twice. Not to mention you're playing on flying clouds. So this allows for Liquid to, again, play a little loose, play a little fast, and they got punished very little because in addition to them getting to be able to join fights much faster after deaths, which they suffered here, they were able to go back and then rejoin. In addition to their very, very powerful draft and, again, simple and very in identity selection of heroes, they also played very clearly. They had purpose. What purpose was that? Ruin Yasuke's day, make sure Nino could not call the shots, even if Sanford was leaving the lane often, and give Carltese all of the major objectives. And they got all they wanted here in game number 2.
What this also reminds me of is a quote from Innocent himself. Has been playing so well, and I think that what he mentioned was, even after defeating a Team Liquid, he said, when you're fighting up against Team Liquid, you cannot have a second where you're not thinking. And this is the exact exponential enlargement of that kind of concept. When you're playing up against Team Liquid, especially when they're playing Luyi and Chip, you just can't stop thinking. You have to look over your shoulder every time. You have to develop like rear cameras.
Okay, since everybody's playing a quote, I will quote a Japanese proverb that has no real source. Mushin no shin, mind without mind. It seemed like Liquid was playing without minding what would happen and not thinking about what happened in game 1. This was them just in a state of flow. And it's impressive to watch them do this way.
Yeah, let me quote Leo in one of his stories. Andito na ako, I'm right here. That was the lineup of Liquid. It seemed like Alter Ego always had to fight 2 rounds. One with the Chip and Yuzhong, another with the Luyi with the late entry of the ultimate. Sanford gets the MVP because his dragon was definitely felt.
The ultimate Andito na ako hero is actually the Fredrin. You thought you killed the frontliner, but he hits you with the Appraiser's Wrath, gets about, half his HP back, and you're like, I thought we were done with the 2 rounds. What is this, a 2.5 round?
Yeah. Is it aku dising? Is that even correct? Is that even grammatically correct?
I don't have an Indonesian on this.
I wish we needed an Indonesian in the desk to help us translate.
But one thing that I do want to comment here is the fact that Alter Ego actually showed us promising rotations in the early stages. However, we can see that there was such a big recovery coming out from Team Liquid. It's off of them just having these tasks. For example, Sanford, all he has to do during the team fights is to get in front in the face of the Yizan Jin. And even if he drops himself afterwards, it's gonna be fine. Carltese is just minding his own business, taking that turtle. And then eventually you can see the Luyi and Chip swapping between their teleports so that they can get into the fight, out of the fight, and also from left to right. They're just covering so much bases. And something will happen here where they thought like, okay, we don't want this fight anymore. We will kill Nino and then go to the other side. Then look for a proper placement on their pieces.
There's the unexpected round 2. I thought we killed him!
Yeah. Man, game number 1 from Alter Ego was definitely annoying to deal with if you're Liquid because of how honest their cutting was. And it's like, how do we stop this, man? There's nothing we can do. Meanwhile, game number 2 was annoying for Alter Ego in the sense of where are they coming from, man? It felt like being on a horror movie for Alter Ego because you did not expect where the members of Liquid would suddenly be appearing. Either it's the Chip, either it's the old Lo Yi. The two most honest things are the Black Dragon form and the Fredrin with a hand in his pocket coming up right in your face.
This draft coming up from Alter Ego looked really promising when it started. It was
Yes,
the Israel that
definitely.
with the Freya. Really like that, but I do think that the third pick is where they kind of messed up a little bit because they had a chance to get either the Farsa as well as the Zilda, which we also talked about when we were talking about the draft. And they would have wished they have the Farsa in this game. As much as the Lilia is good in some of the parts of this game, especially against the Fredrin, you really feel that there's lack of range coming up from Alter Ego, and that's the reason why Team Liquid were able to just run them down. Surely when you get into the zone where Lilia can just burst the heroes, it kind of felt like they didn't have enough time. And then this Yi Sun chain failed horribly because it was duly punished by Team Liquid.
I hate to say this too soon, but I think RC and Tick have done it again. They figured out what buttons to press from their opponents and what they can afford to ban out and what they can allow to give, like Arfi's Freya, who's now at 1 loss, 3-1.
Yeah.
Boheb got his first quad loss in game 1, so now the scales have shifted.
Yeah.
I'd like to think Liquid is onto something. Because look, I'm looking back at the draft. Guess who didn't ban the Leomord? It was open too.
Oh, yeah, you're
And
right.
They forced.
Right.
Yeah, so they're giving Alter Ego here a lot of comfort picks, and Liquid just ran through them.
I get what you mean. This is a trait that a team like Team Liquid has in a series, in a long series, in a best of 5, where they will lose one game, eventually they will figure out something, and then the snap of a finger, they regain control of the draft momentum. Because now, I'm pretty sure the Lo Yi will always be looming over the heads of the drafters of Alter Ego.
And this will allow so many other picks.
Exactly. So, yeah, I do get what you mean. It's like RC and TikTok, they have figured out something, and then now they implement it. All of a sudden, there's another layer of draft battle that's going to happen in the future.
I love drafting, man. I love it when you can clearly see some themes coming up, some surprises, and it's always just a treat to see, especially since we talked about the leaderboard at the beginning and we thought it would be more impactful in terms of determining this draft, but so far it's been forgotten by these two teams. It hasn't been banned or it hasn't been picked. But Alter Ego definitely brings that same kind of energy that Team Liquid does in a way in MPL Indonesia Season 16 in their playoffs run. That's what made them reach all the way to the grand finals. Their surprises. If Liquid has read something, I'm sure Alter Ego has read something too. Fire off in the comment section wherever you're watching what you think about the drafts, any predictions for your own picks, and let us know. We're going to be going off in an interview in just a bit, so for that, we just want to say thank you for spending your time with us here. Me, Leo Wolf, we've just been greatly enjoying this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the drafts will have in store for us. But now we're going to have to take a quick breather as the series is now at 1-1. It is a best of 5, so we're going to hear from our friends down at the stage. All right, see you in a bit.
Thank you so much, casters. It's Eterna here at front of the stage, and right now I'm joined with the MLBB Rising Open Season 2 and Season 3 top 8 players. Halo semuanya, selamat datang. Welcome, welcome. Sebelum kita mulai, we want you guys to introduce yourselves first. So let's start with you.
Hello, my name is Ray.
Hello, Ray.
I'm currently playing gold lane. That's what I love the most.
Okay, so gold laner. What about your friend on the side?
Nama saya Hamdan. Saya main mid lane.
Hamdan, mid laner. All right. Do you have a mic? Okay, you don't have a mic. It's okay. We can share a mic. So, what's your name and what's your role?
My name is Akmal and role jungle and gold.
Jungle and gold. What about you?
Hello, my name is Vincent. My role is roamer.
Roamer. Okay, Vincent Roamer. What about you?
Hello, my name is Brian. I play jungle.
Jungle. All right. So we have two junglers here. So does that mean you guys are from a different team? Apakah berarti kalian dari tim yang berbeda?
Yes.
Okay, different team. Now, first question. We're looking at the MRO. And it looks like to get to top 8, you'll have to go through several rounds. So how many rounds did you have to go through in order to get top 8?
Okay, I'm assuming this is from start to finish, right?
Yes.
So my estimate calculation is around 33 until 36, depending on where you start.
Wait, so 36 rounds, does that mean 36 matches?
Yes. If you're starting from the very first beginning, then yes, it's going to be around 36 until you reach to top 8.
Wow, 36. That's a lot of matches, guys, to make it to top 8. That's one grand, I would say, prestige for you to get to that point. So I'm gonna ask you now, do you think that this is a good platform, I would say, for you to maybe feel out what it's like to go competitive, maybe in the pro scene? Mau nggak? Ini ngerasanya ini sebagai platform yang cukup bagus nggak untuk mungkin kalian bisa consider untuk menjadi pro player?
Bisa sih, ditambahkan dari setiap per match-nya itu sama kayak kita turnamen besar gini, dimana kita ada nanti lawan satu tim lagi, terus-terusan sampai kita dikumpulin nyampe dapat beberapa tim. Nah di situ nanti kita dikumpulin lagi yang buat nyampe 8 besarnya, habis itu kita dites buat untuk masuk ke pro scene.
Okay, so they have to go through so many steps in order to make it to top 8. So he thinks it's a good reflective of how the system actually works in a grand scale tournament, like we're looking at here at M7. But the crowd is currently absolutely huge. Now, we want to know, because you guys usually play online. So how does it feel to come here at M7 and witness an offline tournament?
The feeling is very, very different. If you're maybe just watching from home, you're probably like, it's just another like day, you know. But when you come here to Jakarta, the vibe is different. The dynamic is amazing. Everyone is cheering for their favorite team. So it's a very rare opportunity to see it here.
All right, the vibe is different. Everything is different when it's offline. Do you think you guys can be prepared if you had to perform on a stage like this? Kamu siap nggak? Tapi kalau misalkan di suatu hari kamu harus main di panggung sebesar ini.
Mungkin siap gak siap harus disiapin.
Ready or not, they have to be ready. All right. Final question before we head into the next game. We're looking at a 1-to-1. Is there a specific team that you guys are supporting?
Okay, personally, I would cheer on Alter Ego just because we're hoping to bring our trophy back to Indonesia.
Hoping to bring the trophy back. What about you? Who are you supporting? Kamu support tim siapa? Tim apa?
Dukung King AE.
Wow.
Karena situ ada idola saya yaitu Hijumeng.
Hijume, idolanya Hijume is his idol. Okay, we're gonna see over here. Who are you supporting, and maybe do you have an idol that you're seeing here in M7?
Tim saya mungkin AE. Mungkin Nero di player favorit ada Arvi sama Oheb dua-duanya.
Oheb as well as Arvi are his idols, but he's here to support Alter Ego. What about you?
Kalau menurut saya sendiri, saya sih mending mendukung tim sendiri ya, dari Indonesia. Kalau buat player, saya mengidolakan Nino.
Nino, X-Feeling. Alright, last?
Kalau sekarang sih saya dukung tim AE sih. Kalau player yang saya agumi sekarang, Karl TZ.
Karl TZ. So despite them all going for Alter Ego today, it looks like they have idols in TLPH, and man, are they performing. What a comeback in game number 2. But ladies and gentlemen, it looks like it's time to head over into the third game. Who will it be? Will Alter Ego take this one, or will it be the momentum of the cavalry? We're throwing it over back to the panel.
Imagine that. You play MRO, you play a lot of Mobile Legends Bang Bang, you succeed, you get championships, and what happens? You get to share the floor of the M7 stage with Eterna. This is why you have to play Mobile Legends Bang Bang whenever you can.
That's a dream come true.
Dream come true?
I could only hope to do that.
Yep.
Like play with Eterna, some of the Mobile Legends games out there.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, she actually plays so well. I recently had the pleasure of playing with her and Naisu, and I've got to say, Eterna carried us that game. Those games.
Yeah, she's a great mid laner. Plays the juice in really well.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited to do this because the last time in Indonesia, I did something that went well with a very specific crowd. We're gonna thank some friends now, because we need a can of Red Bull to prep for coming up next. We got the next draft coming up. So gentlemen, if you can, please join me. Let's, we need some wings. Remember, Red Bull gives y'all wings, all right? I need to catch my breath from everything. So Indonesia, Red Bull, this is for you.
Oh, he's chugging.
Oh, he's chugging.
He's chugging. He's going all the way. Gives you wings.
Double is in the chat, yeah.
Gives you wings. Red Bull.
An applause.
And now I'm ready to cast. Woo! Let's talk about Fairy Games. It is the app to create and host a room to play MLBB 1v1 online with your friends, colleagues, and esports club members. Stand a chance to win M7 Tribute Rings, MLBB Diamonds. Wait, my mouth is really moist. A new MLBB skins. Download the Fairy Games app now and register your MLBB ID to start playing for free until January 25th. You guys need to take over for these deals because dang. Woo!
If anyone looking for a free skin, you can get one just by logging in for 13 days between January 9th and the 31st. Server time, by the way, to unlock Edith's Verdant Knight skin. It's completely free, and that's easy. All you gotta do is, again, log in, don't miss out.
Yeah, and who doesn't love free stuff, right? The Ganot Catcher's electrifying Solar Spark skin is free when you hit level 45 on the M7 Pass. Keep leveling up and claim your rewards.
That's the Gata. Oh yeah, that is it. The Gata Kacha pose. It's like that.
Fist. There you go.
There we go. There.
All right. Cool.
All right. Lots of goodies in the game, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of goodies heading toward our way in the draft as well. So last night, Liquid went blue, and I feel like despite the Alter Ego draft actually answering the Liquid draft very well, I think they didn't account for what if Liquid just kept teleporting on us. Because that Lilia pickup is for front to back.
Yep.
And of course the black shoes, it's going to help and save you. But I think they didn't take into account just how aggressive Liquid will be with their teleportations.
And I think that they, with the last pick, Lilia, they just didn't have much choice. Like I said, we floated the idea of the Faramis, which was the answer before against these teleportation type of heroes. They can also think about the Pharsa, which was unfortunately banned out by the side of Team Liquid. It's more of we have no choice in this matchup, let's just pick this up. Luckily, though, there are many other choices. They can go for the Selena, which was an answer to the Loyi as well as a chip before. They can also even go for the Novaria, which is a late-game option to answer that one. However, I feel like it's much better to just ban the Loyi in that scenario.
Yeah. By banning the Loyi, you kind of take away the whole spatial folding problem that you have. But again, when you do that, what's left open for Liquid to pick up? The Zushin, the Sora, which in my opinion, O'Hare's been getting better at. Not to mention, you open up the EXP lane if you decide to ban those two things and open up the Arlot. It's scary.
What's the term that they use in sci-fi movies where it's like a hyperspace travel? Like ultra speed or something?
FTL.
Wormholes.
No.
Faster than light.
Warp travel.
When you speed up your machine, your vehicle, it's like hyperspace and like very, very fast?
Yeah, it's like
or whatever that is.
Faster than light travel. That's what it's really called. Don't doubt me, I watch a lot of sci-fi, bro.
I'm fine with that.
What? Okay, if you find out what you had in your mind, the word was, let us know later. There's the redeem code 5BPCA2WJL.
Oh, now I remember. It's called Warp Speed.
Warp Speed.
Okay, no, yeah.
So that is the Warp Speed version of the Echo of the Liquid Express, of the Liquid Stampede.
Yeah, it was science fiction with a mix of fantasy, because Loyi is more magic than she is technology. Log into the game, input the code, and enjoy a random skin trial card. If you missed that code, make sure you get back to it. I'm pretty sure y'all can hear the drums of the Alter Ego fans, but there are Indonesian fans as well in the arena supporting Team Liquid, of course, having their own local version of Team Liquid as well. Last time we saw them on the world stage, they were in the grand finals of the M6 World Championship in Malaysia. So, it seems like one of the suggestions here from Leo for Alter Ego is, should you ban straight up the Loyi? Just never give it Liquid and don't give them the option to pick up the Loyi.
Yeah, maybe just open up the Sora and then have Nino be prepared to play the Valentina. That'll shake up even Liquid's patterns.
Okay. We're heading into the draft, and let's see who's going to end up in which side. So far, blue side has one Fizz, and in expanding rivers, you have to go fast. Two teams who have very clear identities towards the early game and aggression. And look at that, Fredrin, Baksha, Arlot, all taken away by Alter Ego.
I wonder if, this could be a Jushin trade that Alter Ego is willing to put their hands on. But if the Jushin will be bad, they will first pick Eve, I feel like now. So it's Jushin and Eve, that's the trade. What will Alter Ego pick? It's going to be the Jushin. Now Team Liquid don't necessarily have to pick up the Eve, they can go for Luyi instead.
Yep.
But without the Fredrin, they might think otherwise. However, Baksha is still open, which is also a good pickup against this hero.
Man, already by Alter Ego.
All right.
At this point, if you want to run it hella back, then you go what? A guy?
Yeah.
But knowing Team Liquid, they might lean towards more either the Yi Sun-shin or the Lancelot.
Yep.
In terms of their priorities in the jungle right now.
Or Yves Claude is typically the opening for this kind of matchup. However, that opens up a scary Fredrin, Leomord Freya.
Yeah.
Or the Freya Mord for Alter Ego.
Talking about Mords, Carl Deasy has yet to pick up one of the hottest picks in M7, the Leomord.
Yeah.
Imagine how scary that would be!
Carl Deasy gets the Leomord. Oh my god, it's Liquid on a horse, and they're gonna have 2 horses, bro. They're gonna get the high. Oh wait, no, they're not gonna get the high loss.
The prophet of the Stampede.
Finally, now Alter Ego, do they have an answer for this? And just go back to the Freya if they want to. Take it away from Team Liquid at the same time. Open this draft up for success. They can go for the Sora as well. But the Esmeralda is also a tempting hero to take up in this scenario.
Oh!
They will go Guinevere in the club. The Guinevere, what we found out in M7 is that this is the answer to the Leomord.
Yeah.
Now, you don't necessarily want to go Eve here if you're Team Liquid. The Luyi is still open.
For sure. I think you just go for the Luyi, or even if you want to, you pick up the Kimi or the Pharsa. Just not the Eve here. You're gonna need a little bit more mobility. You can't be too static if you're Liquid.
Yes. You also go for immediately now the Yu Zhong so that you have some dive. But with the Leomord, you are expected to pick up somewhere else of an Esmeralda actually.
Fortunately, all of these are open.
Yeah, I think it's just, they still go for the Eve despite having 3 heroes that might make it difficult for the Eve. I mean, 2 heroes. That's the Guinevere as well as the Claude.
But the Claude didn't have to worry about yet.
Yeah.
The Guinevere can get you like as soon as you try to join these fights, but I think they're willing to play the early game out like that.
Yeah. I think there's something that Liquid could set up for in the gold lane. If Alter Ego don't see it, they could go Harith. You get the Harith and the Eve together, you have the Leomord charging forward. It's another version of the Liquid Stampede in a sense. I don't want to see them try to go static here. Usually we've seen Harith does really well against Claude, depending on the players. There are players who can make that matchup lean one way or the other.
There's also that Freya though.
And the gentlemen, let's not count out the fact that this might not even be a jungle Guinevere. Alec has played Rome Guinevere. I mean, to very little success, I'll tell you that, but it's possible.
It was possible.
Yeah, so they could be flexing on us on blue.
I mean, also they banned out the Esmeralda. I think they are setting up for the Harith here.
Yeah. There's that Freya as well, but I think the Harith just makes a lot of sense. When you're just looking at the bans.
And then they can go...
Oh, that's the ban.
Oh, man. I was going to say, if that didn't go through, Liquid can go pick Phoveus and then play the Harith, but good read by Coach Zephyr.
Really good. But I think you pick up the OHIP hero now.
Yeah.
Ranger and Freya, the 2 heroes that I'm looking at here for Team Liquid. Benefit of... Oh, actually, you kind of need a Purify hero here if you are...
Yes. Yeah, with the Jushin and the Guinevere together, Purify is going to be a must. If it's anything with a Flicker or even a Vengeance, that's going to be such a tough task for OHEB to make whatever gold lane pick is going to end up with work.
Experience the youth.
That is the Granger. Safe pick here for Team Liquid. Alter Ego can pick up the Gatot Kacha, which is typical combo with this Jushin. It's also okay versus the Hilda in many ways, but can also go for the Khalid.
Yeah, I will admit, I think we are already seeing our roam in the Guinevere. I think it's the jungle and EXP we have yet to see. The Esme was a good ban. I think Arlot would be a good block to this, but then you still have to consider... Oh no, Arlot, they banned the Arlot.
Khalid and the Yu Zhong.
So they get the Yu Zhong.
Oh, it is a jungle Guinevere.
Interesting.
They want to dive that Eve, they want to dive that Granger.
Yeah.
I think this is the part where you go for a CC for Team Liquid.
Yeah.
Where Vengeance will be great.
Yep.
There's also an angle where they can go for the Alice if they really want to make this Leomord than the Granger work. But I think...
I would rather invest in the EXP lane.
EXP lane.
You gotta make El Padre your Iho.
Yeah. CC looking good for Team Liquid.
Odds are ever shifting.
They go for the Sora.
Well, so what is the Sora into Yuzhong matchup like?
I think that the Sora sided. It's yeah, Sora is just the strongest hero in the XP lane right now. So I would wager it's Sora.
Yeah, it's a mix of that utility, the mix of that damage, it helps cover it, but we have to look at the numbers, and the numbers are heavily leaning towards Alter Ego, their lineup rating, the counter index. This might be a tough climb for Team Liquid if they do not get the early game they need through that Leomord. Leo, who are you leaning towards here?
I saw a possible switch up between the Guinevere, but Artisan and Leomord, you gotta respect that.
Wolf, Alter Ego or Liquid?
Liquid.
All right, I want to hear nice Utrecht and Brigida. Who do you think won this draft?
Game 3 upon us. I'll tell you what, I like both drafts, but I will say that the draft from AE, that lineup rating, I know we always kind of give it with a grain of salt, but man, it is heavily in favor of Alter Ego. It looks like we're going to take a little bit longer to jump in to see just how these drafts end up actually doing, and that's a good time. Trex, what do you think, man? Are you leaning towards what Liquid has here? Do you like what Alter Ego brought? Do you agree with the lineup ratings?
I mean, I don't know. The lineup ratings have definitely been a little crazy with the introduction of so many different gold lane fighters, just new meta overall. But I will say this, yes, AE has some decent counters to Team Liquid's draft. The major things that I'm looking at on Team Liquid, the Leomord Hilda combo has been so vicious in the mid lane. And I don't think we're gonna see a big pop-off from the side of AE until the level 4s start to connect. So if Team Liquid can maybe get that aggression from level 1 to level 3, there is some opportunity. But then you could say the same thing for the Khalid. You have two such aggressive roamers in that initial 2 minutes. It's going to be such a fight for power overall.
Honestly, this is why I guess I will be definitely looking at everyone's individual performance in this game, considering the kind of heroes that they decided to pick up, because I know that it does require a bit more of, let's say, coordination from Alter Ego's draft, since they have the Guinevere. But we've seen time and time again how these junglers, these top junglers who are still fighting in this tournament, have utilized this Guinevere in many ways, and it's not entirely that you're required to play for the team. You could also do things by yourself. We've seen some objective steals even that they're able to accomplish on this Guinevere by simply just a single spatial migration even, or just by using the immunes available through the Violet Requiem. So there's so much to watch out for individually among these players, and I think that's really what's going to make this fight exciting.
Well, we'll find out. We're jumping back into the game again. This is game 3 in this best-of-5 series between Alter Ego and Team Liquid. The team that wins this series will then have to face off against SRG in the lower bracket final later today, by the way. So again, this is all an endurance test, and whoa, JP, whoa. That's an early flicker down. That's usually what we see, right? These beginning of the games, you usually try to get some of those resources out. The gold laners have been dueling it out all day so far, and that's kind of what we expect. It's nice to see, by the way, Arfi's actually going to be on a marksman this time instead of the Freya. Not to mention, you know, he is one of the players that have done so good on the Freya, but now he's got a matchup against Oheb on the Granger here. Taking a look at the emblems, anything sticking out to you, Trex?
Nothing too major, honestly. I mean, on the side of Team Liquid, I'm always looking for those Wilderness Blessings, quick movement, and this is something to pull it together on Hijume as well. But instead of, I think previously yesterday we saw pull together plus the cooldown emblem. This time we want a little bit more speed to be able to keep up with the Hilda. So overall, though, nothing too crazy. We do have the killing spree for Carl Teasy. Get aggressive, stay aggressive, look for these big fights.
Even for Sanford, man, like he's taking the Brave Smite. It looked like he burned the flicker because he takes the Brave Smite because he's dueling against the Yu Zhong, you know? Like, typically we have seen the Sora pick up the Concussive Blast to go ahead and help maintain some of that lane or that push, but now he's got Brave Smite, and that's just the way that Sanford's going to have to deal with that.
Okay, it's a Petrify and a Violet Requiem. No way out of that for Sanford there as Nino takes first blood, but there's going to be a counterattack from Liquid. JP takes the kill on Yasuke. Could have went to Carl, but still.
Yasuke should have known they were coming. He checked the bush, but he checked it I mean, he was right there by the time he checked the bush. You know, it was too late at that point.
Oh.
And everything is happening everywhere at this point.
Yeah.
Turtle's up, by the way, but both teams, as they've done throughout the series, are just saying, you know what, we're going to brawl this one out. We're going to get the kills where we can. And now with Turtle up, they'll get in position. Carlteasy just around the corner here. Sanford at level 4 as well. And they go ahead and fight for control around the space here.
Yeah, the duels are crazy, but now it's a team fight that we're about to see. They have their targets onto Hijume, but Sanji too gets targeted out really, really well. Nino finally takes him down, but Carlteasy picks up the kill on Nino. Now he's trying to look for another target. Yasuke goes down next. No jungler, no Retri available for Alter Ego, and JP will just keep zoning out the other members as they spot out Alec, but will they have enough damage? RV2 with the Blazing Duet. Now Alex gets stunned, but gets to finish the job on JP. Carlteasy one more hit. Quick Sandguard utilized by Alec, and he gets out safely.
In a moment of, I mean, teetering back and forth, Alter Ego do at least make sure to ends off as a stalemate, but Yasuke with 2 deaths, that's the big loss here. He's level 4 to level 6 on Carlteasy. Nino now in trouble.
Hands over a target to Carl, but Sanford gets outplayed by Nino.
Take a little taste of your own medicine, says Nino to Sanford, man. He's making this Yuzhong work so well in the early game, and he's going to be a big threat because he's already 3-1 right now. The Petrifies have been on point, and they continue on. Taking a look at the items here. First items still being built up. I did think that because of the way that the, OHEB decided, well, hold on, they're going to drag Sanji back.
Oh, that felt like a real world that was forced. Now there's a Phantom Steed coming in from Carly. He's going to go for the attacks. Hijume forced to flicker out as well. OHEB, can he still join this? JP trying to go for the chase. That's 3 members of Alter Ego who are somewhat low, but still the knockups get to him. And now the Blazing Duet from RP. JP's now down. Sanford tries to catch up, gets the kill on Yasuke, but that's about it.
Another kill onto Yasuke. Team Liquid from game 2 to game 3 continue to bully in, and yes, Alter Ego, Nino doing a wonderful job. But Team Liquid know the game plan. Yes, we can lose in some fights, but objectives are what are going to win these games, and as long as Carlteasy is far ahead, it's going to give a big advantage to the side of Team Liquid here. Alter Ego Esports might worry all the time for a Guinevere jungle, is if you fall behind, every time you get that Violent Requiem, you're just going to get shredded down.
Oh, the duel, the Phantom Steed, no more BMI, and OHEB with the last hit.
I'll tell you what, you can always count on the Baby Cakes duo to be there for each other, but the Turtle's up. Yasuke is going to take this advantage to try to secure it, and he's going to try to slow down Carlteasy. The zoning from Nino as well. Does TL just give this one up? Looks like they're going to do exactly that. So Alter Ego still doing a great job at, if something is traded across the map, we will take something as well.
That actually being able to do that, being able to slow Carlteasy from getting that, does staunch the bleeding a lot for Alter Ego Esports. But Yasuke just deleted, and the wound is reopened.
I was going to say, Yasuke he's in a bad position, man. I don't know if you're going to be able to stop the bleeding on him right now.
Oh, not going to land the setup. And I think it's a bit too similar to what we were talking about previously about bringing out the worst in both of these teams. Hold on, RP using the Blazing Duet. Still has the BMI to get out of that though. But going back, it's such a drastic change from Yasuke and his performance in the past 2 games.
Well, he had a bit of a difficulty in game 2, but yeah, he had a very different game 1, and I feel like TL has just made that adjustment, not just from the draft, but also the way that they rotate around the map and punish when they can, and that's one of the things you can do. Look at Carlteasy. He's quite a bit ahead, 1,600 gold ahead, specifically against Yasuke. So he's almost got his transition to this point where, at this point, I'm going to try to get the Retribution off, but it's more so I'm going to get the Spatial Migration and the Violent Requiem off and let the team follow through and make something happen here. That's probably the best thing that he can hope for currently.
You know, OHEB went for a very early, I mean, I think it was his first item actually. Normally go Hunter Strike, but I saw the 2 gloves. It looked like he was building into the Sky Piercer. I didn't see which one went first, but he's already got the kill.
Yeah.
He has faith that his team's going to help him be hyper-aggressive here. They've gotten Arfi down. OHEB is going to become a problem if this stampede continues.
Yeah, and I guess this is the adjustment from Liquid too, right? They changed who they want to focus on. It's going to be a bit more onto Yasuke rather than what we initially thought, because based on the drafts, it seemed like they were always able to force out Hijume on the rather unique mid laners. But now they let go of the Jusin, and it seems like they just rather fight Yasuke head on. And speaking of fights, they're gonna fight Arfi here, forcing out the flicker. The flicker from OF2, but Raging Sandstorm will prevent him from picking up the kill.
Great save there from Alec. Now Hijime makes his way up.
Oh, now they spot JP. JP still has the flicker though, but he will get knocked up first. Doesn't need to use it though. He's still gonna be okay.
Oh, that's happening though. Turtle goes over to Carl TZ. The gold has now breached 1,000. Nothing major, but with the way this match has been going, it does seem like a lot.
Yeah, nothing too big, but Alter Ego Esports has to be in a position where they go ahead and try to build up Arfi as much as possible. He's got to get to that Trinity. You know, usually you see that under that 10-minute mark. He is doing pretty good at farming up, but now the top play.
Alec and Hijime going in at the same time, but the Phantom Steed is there. Easy will be able to respond, but without OF, do they still want to fight this? That's going to be the flicker from Baby as well. Real world manipulation doesn't stop them from diving into the turret, but Carl TZ is still going for it. He wants to take down RP next, gets to finally finish off the kill. Could he pick up a triple? There you go. Might just be a maniac even if they allow him to. And that's going to be another flicker from Sanford, but Nino gets away.
Oh,
maybe not!
He wanted it! He didn't get the Maniac, but hey, that's the wipeout! TL are led by Carl TZ and Barbiel.
The Stampede is on at this point. Team Liquid go from 1,000 gold to almost 4,000 in about 45 seconds. They take that third turtle, they quickly rotate up to the top side, and Nino, he just goes too deep there. Alter Ego got a little too spread apart. They got what they came for, but Carl TZ showed up and changed everything in Team Liquid's hands so fast.
I can't believe we're seeing the Leomord on Carl just now, and that's a Leomord who has a 3K gold lead.
3K gold lead.
That is a lead, if I could say anything. I mean, 6-0-4 right now, and yes, Carl TZ just shined now, but it's been everything they're doing. Oh, Yasuke?
Yep, that's gonna be a punish onto Sanford right there. Does force out the no one from behind! Alec and Nino trying to look for the team fight. RP2 joining them, letting do it. Carl TZ, does he get to make it in time? RP still trying to finish off the kill. No! Dexter does the job! Dexter gets to finish off the kill. Carl TZ now all alone. Can he still manage this? It's not gonna be possible for him anymore! Let's shut down for Hijime!
Okay, they'll wipe out TL this time!
Wipeout for wipeout. What are we beholding right now? Alter Ego fearlessly jump into it. 4,000 gold behind. Let's take a look at the replay real quick. It all starts with Yasuke, we just missed that, but Nino comes in from the side with a 3-man Petrify, and Arfi takes the risk under the tower. If he doesn't get Oheb here, the amount of timing, golly, just timings on some of these.
It's exactly what Alter Ego Esports needed to happen. And yes, Carl TZ, because he's so far ahead, says, I'll take a couple with me. But now the Lord is up, and that was a big turn for Alter Ego. They were facing a 4K deficit from TL earlier on, and now they're in a much better fighting position. And, you know, Yasuke having a hell of a time in the early game. He's still what I was saying before. He just needs to kind of jump in, get that spatial migration off there. Trinity just locked in a little bit late, not too bad. But again, Arfi has done a great job at adjusting to the pressure that was put in his lane.
Alter Ego still have to be so careful though about this Lord. Yasuke is still 3 levels below Carl TZ. That's a big retry gap. He's not going to be able to win the 50-50 here. They got to do something about Carl TZ.
Okay, Phantom Steed already used. Raging Sandstorm to catch so many people. Arfi already using the Blazing Duet. Deals so much damage to Carl and Sanford. Carl TZ fights skill on Alec. But on the back line, OF goes down. Carl TZ is still alive though. And he actually finds a triple. It's Nino all over again left, being chased. And Carl TZ once more. He's still trying to go after another Phantom Steed. And a shot down for Carl.
Somebody stop this guy, because Carl TZ is taking everything. And the killing spree is doing so much of these team fights for him.
We're going to need a replay after every single one of these fights at this point. So what happens is Alec goes for a full Raging Sandstorm into the back line, but the problem was never the back line. The problem this whole time has been Carl TZ.
Oh my God. Oh, speaking of Carl TZ, finding another one is going to be Alec. Oh, has decent damage though.
Okay, Hey, he wanted to go, but that's a good amount of gold to Arfi.
Brigida's twitching over here.
Yeah, that's a turret shot too, but you know.
The turret shot like faded out, and the damage connected after
What's where
the
you
BMI
say
shot.
Needed turret. Needed help. And that's good though. Again, you have to stop this guy, right? Carl Teasy just having too much freedom to roam. Yeah. Like, what do you do? Again, he did pick up some defensive items now. So he's got the Brute Force, he's got the wings. This is insane, man. Like, he's got Malefic Roar, a Fury Hammer, and then the War Axe. Yeah. And he's doing that much damage. So the saving grace here for Alter Ego Esports is, again, Nino has had a hell of a game. He's still maintaining it. The Petrifies have been so good, and they can work on it. Also, if the stacks can build up on Hijime on this Jushin, that will really benefit them in these team fights. They should be able to clear this out fine. If they just don't want to get caught into a team fight that they don't want to take here.
Oh, Yasuke.
Yasuke might get punished here, already using the Winter Crown. Sanford to deal with the other two back lines, and he forces them out just in time before the other members of Liquid arrive.
They thread the needles, dodge the shots. If Oheb connects one more of those on anyone, they're going down at this point. But Carl Teasy chasing down Alec.
Oh my goodness, which is faster? Who is faster? There's the quick sandguard, gets cancelled. Oh, the Cyclone Ice somehow helps him though. Carl Teasy, can he accomplish the chase? Oheb with the Death Sonata. And now it finally hits.
He bides some time though. Alter Ego Esports, you know, I said it before that last Lord fight. Yasuke still level 13. They shouldn't be taking these big objective fights. They need to look for small pickoffs, get themselves to the right gold point.
Oh, two-man setup from Sanford. And now they find the kill on RV. Yasuke 2000 survive.
Man, oh man, just when you think some things are going right for Alter Ego Esports, Team Liquid says no. Now they're knocking on the base turret here in the mid lane.
Oh, there's the real world, forcing out the Crimson Beacon from Hijime. Black Dragon 4 coming in from Nino. They'll try to save this game, but Phantom Steed comes in just at the right moment. They have one minion inside the base, but they're gonna work on this bottom lane base turret first. Discipline for Team Liquid.
Good discipline at that. Alter Ego Esports will be able to defend. Team Liquid, though, they're going to turn this 5,000 gold lead after taking all this jungle away from Alter Esports a little bit higher. We're talking 5.5, creeping into 6, Lord up in 10 seconds. And once again, to say it for maybe the 20th time, Yasuke is multiple levels behind Carl Teasy. A 5,000 gold lead at that into the hands of Carl Teasy. 14-2-5 at that into the hands of Carl Teasy.
And we're seeing another Wind of Nature over Winter Crown Claude.
Yeah.
For Alter Ego here, RP.
They're gonna have to rely on the team fighting here. I mean, they're showing face around this Lord. Do they want to take this fight?
I don't know.
Bursting it down, but the Black Dragon form already committed by Nino here. Raging Sandstorm doesn't actually hit onto anyone. RP going in with the Blazing Duet. Carl Teasy trying to deal with him though. And when he returns to the BMI, Sanford and JP are there to take care of them. Carl Teasy though, actually going down. Hijime trying to work on Oheb. And that will actually finish the job! That's Baby Cakes already taken down by Alter Ego!
But still, it's a 3v2. Nino on the run right now.
Oh my goodness, this is a Sky Piercer! Sushin! But Sanford doesn't allow him
What can Nino do here?
to get any more!
He doesn't have a Black Dragon, he doesn't have a Petrify. There's no way to stop the onslaught.
There's the Dragon, but it's not gonna be enough. Sanford and JP are just focused on the base. Team Liquid are at match point!
Team Liquid literally stampeded Game 3, and that was with Carl Teasy's Leo Mord, and man, Alter Ego, they fought valiantly, but just not enough to deal with everything being thrown out. You saw so many wipeouts, man, but hey, TL gets on top of this one, and now is at match point.
They know their target at this point.
Yeah.
We saw it in game number 2. We see it in game number 3. If Yasuke can't play, AE can't play at this point. It doesn't matter how good of a game Nino has. It doesn't matter how good of a game Arfi has, or the big play that Hijime can make. If Yasuke can't retry, if Yasuke can't hang out in the fight, Alter Ego are forced to back off, and when Carl Teasy has a lead like that, there's nothing stopping the stampede.
Even with the flicker forced out of JP early on in this game, all he needed to do was literally watch out for Yasuke, pass on the information, and every single time they were able to deal with him. That was the Hilda of JB, who time and time again we've seen bring in so much impact in this, or in multiple games that they've played whenever he gets his hands on it. And now we see it all over again, shutting down one of the most important players of Alter Ego.
It was tough because, again, Nino had a hell of a game on the Yuzhong, but it just was not enough to turn the tide here. Let's throw it over to the panel to break down our Game 3.
It's the old adage of teach a man to fish and he'll never go hungry. Give the GOAT a horse, and Team Liquid are match point heading into game number 4.
And that's why he's the GOAT. He played so well in this game when everything was actually looking so bad for Team Liquid, because you gotta have to hand it to Alter Ego. They were looking for the right openings, putting their Claude in the right places, as well as this Guinevere, even with the Winter Crown kind of placements. It was looking really good for Alter Ego, but then Carl TZ happened this game.
You can't beat the numbers. Stats will show that Guinevere has been one of the picks of M7 of all time, all right? Whether you put her in Roam or you put her in jungle, just something about this hero doesn't fit, all right? There's a lot of decisions you have to make for it to work out. But for Liquid, specifically, if they learn from their opponents and they pick up on the metagame and then they use it immediately, then you know that you're in trouble. This is Carl TZ's very first Leomord on the world stage. And just like how OM started picking up Sora, the effects are felt the world out.
We gotta be fair with Alter Ego. I think that the first 3 picks for Alter Ego were really good. I think it's smart that the fact that they stole away the Claude, they answered the Leomord with an early pick on the Guinevere, because if you look back at the previous games where Leomord was picked, the Guinevere is automatically banned in the second phase to go with the Harley. And in this scenario, it's Guinevere and the Claude. They go hand in hand together. In theory, this looks really good. They close it up with this Yuzhong up against the Eve, which made it so that Sanji did not have really a good time in this game, but there was just so many things that a Sora with the Leomord can do. With so many close calls as well. I think even when we have not seen Carl TZ play this Leomord, he might have mastered this so much, because there were so many times with this, the brink of death, but he turns it around.
The killing spree, it's like I was watching early 2019 or late 2018 MLBB all over again. During that time, Carl TZ was a kid. Now he's the man that he is, the GOAT that he is. 14, 3, and 6.
Something beautiful about the way he played this is the 30% damage reduction, 30+%, because of how he would randomly pull Phantom Steeds when you least expect it. Start fights, Phantom Steed would come off of it. All right, wait. 12, 13 seconds, we got it back. And that is the kind of battle readiness and combat awareness that you need to be able to use this hero. I think, again, maybe to compare to yesterday's Leomord or even to Yasuke's Leomord from a couple of nights back, this might be one of the best Leomords of M7.
Totally agree. I think TNZ played me in the Leomord for sure. But this one is also reminiscent of that. Look at how much he handled this. 4 heroes of Alter Ego trying to kill this Carl TZ Leomord. Eventually he will fall. I think that the fight before this was when he already got his Queen's Wings, which also aided him in the team fights. And look at this. Carl TZ unfortunately was left unchecked. Sanford and Carl TZ onto the back lines was enough for Team Liquid to just get through the damage dealers of Alter Ego.
There was something about the team fighting here of Alter Ego that I feel like, despite them being one of the teams that pack a Leomord incredibly well, it's as if they forgot how to deal with this Leomord, which is surprising to me. I'm going to double down and die on the hill of I wish that Guinevere went to Roam instead. When you're getting the Guinevere and the Juicin together, you're looking for the combination. Juicin lifts up people. Guinevere is happy with that because she doesn't need to use her knock-up to get people into the spatial, into the Violet Requiem. They feed off of each other's energy. If they pack that into the mid to try and mess with Sanji just a little bit more, oh my goodness, Carl TZ, then it would have been more effective. But at the same time, I feel like they ran out of options because if they went for the Guinevere in Roam, that means whatever assassin pick, if ever, or fighter pick that Yasuke ended up with would have been very lonely.
Okay, down the same road, arguing for what this Guinevere could have done, as will our friend Rayash would say, build tank. Because one of your main things that you do well is to get that CC, right? When you stop the Leomord from getting stacks on Oathkeeper, that's when you kind of stop the bleeding. So by building the Genius One first, correct me if I'm wrong, he built the Genius One first.
Yes. Yep.
He wouldn't do that. He would literally just get the position in, get spotted first, die. That's why he died 8 times.
I think they put themselves in the weird position where, because you picked up the Jushin, you usually look for another source of magic damage that's bursty in nature so that you will not lack the magic damage, and you will get that usually from the side lanes. That's why Edith was the classic pickup with the Jushin, and right now it's the Alice, right? Or even the Esmeralda, so that you at least have that magic damage to go with you when you do pick up the Jushin. However, Alter Ego last picked the Yuzhong, and now if you're looking, well, previously if you were looking for the items of Team Liquid, they were just heavily investing on physical damage, and then that's how you know that Alter Ego did not have enough to take down the members of Team Liquid. The damage profile was not distributed properly, and they had to really pick up this Genius One on this Guinevere so that there is an additional source of magic damage.
I'm gonna give it to Nino though. He has, for 2 games, make that 3 games now, beat Sanford in lane. He has been straight up winning the lane matchups really well against the Apex Predator, and his effect in this game with 9-3 and 3 of a stat line shows that this Yuzhong was going to be one of their main carries. This is a utility Guinevere that is setting up for a Jushin, which I feel like just is not Alter Ego. You are sort of nerfing Yasuke, making him play more utility.
That's right. In the essence of things, Arfi was just waiting to come online. That whole Guinevere and Zushin situation. Alec was opening the map up, or at least trying, which left Nino to be the only one to really get the focus on his job, win that lane, and win some engagements, but that wasn't enough.
Yeah, well, I guess it's also because of the positioning that we could see from Team Liquid. They have adjusted accordingly. There were times that they lost the team fights actually because of the better execution coming out from Alter Ego, but there were also times that they had to adjust, and when they did adjust, they put Cartesi and Sanford into the backlines. You have JP to eventually protect the Zeev. I think that they also played Sanji in a way that it's almost sacrificial in a way so that there is a lot of overcommitment coming up from Alter Ego and then take the fight from there. Team Liquid is notoriously good at problem solving. They're good at troubleshooting the team fights that they have lost prior to another team fight, and then around objectives, they know how to execute properly.
Liquid head into match point as we go into game number 4, but it's time for us to play our own little game here. A new way to celebrate esports highlights.
Pack Wars.
Pack Wars, the official MLBB M Series tournament trading cards, bring premium design and modern tech together. It's available this January. Head to oneplay.com for early access. Let's open up some packs. Leo, start things off for us.
All right. You won the last time we did this on video.
Yes.
You got a, what some would say, a god pack.
Yeah. And right before this, I just got JP as well, and in pretty good treatment of it.
All right, here we go. I got... open it the
you're
other
in the
way.
back, you're in the back, okay.
Whoop. That is of RLG. That is,
Demon Guy.
All right.
Nice, very
Waiting
nice.
in the grand finals, baby.
Very nice pickup. Ooh.
This is
RX.
RX.
Okay, okay.
It's a wildcard team. Boostgate. He came up to the Swiss, and there you go. Guangzhou Ying.
All right.
All right. Okay. Who did you get, Wolf?
Okay, let's see. Oh, let's see. All right, let's start with, that's Exy. That is Ven. Ooh, look at this. That is One Shot.
Oh, One Shot.
What do they call this kind of,
That's a profile.
Profile, all right. Ooh, ow, I love it. Ow.
All right,
We got teammates.
Yeah, we just go for the hits, baby. We just go for the hits. We're gonna get Speedy from Max. I'm a Speedy guy, so it's a turn up. Rosa. Okay, I've been getting some good pulls this M7. Oh, TNZ. Yo, look at that. Oh my.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh my God, bro. I'm so lucky with these
really
packs.
Good. That's really good. You got a combo.
Wow.
You got a mid and jungle.
Yes, sir. And Innocent. What the heck is my luck? Okay.
This guy.
Hot hands.
This guy.
All right. Nexora. That is Sans. Perfect. Ooh, look at this. What is this version again?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's a nice treatment, sir.
That's Kakoi.
Yep.
Kakoi des.
Of course. Wait. Oops.
Wait. Oh, it's sticky.
Oh.
Oh, you got a whole team.
You got SRG.
Oh,
Are
hey.
you researching? All right.
Hey, that's really good on.
Bad caught.
We're gonna do
I got Gear from Evil. And, it's pretty foil. And, I got Team Spirit, the whole team.
Spirit. All right. If you want in on this, scan the QR code, go to OnePlay, Check out for more information. Get yourself a piece of M Series history. Oh, that's gorgeous. Bang. Look at that TNZ card. It says right there too. All right. But of course, in-game, we also have a lot of treats for you. So I have a question. Are you a Granger main? Even if you're not, the skin is beautiful. You need his new Thunder Ascendant skin. It's available right now. Unlock the M7 Pass and it's yours immediately. Get it today. That is the Granger Prime skin that you see on your screens right now. And if you get to level 150 in the pass, you get that. Speaking of the Prime skin, the beauty is waiting for you at level 75 in the past. Just get to level 75 and unlock. Play the game a lot. Participate in the guest games that we have, the guest coins games that we have, and then get a chance to bump up that pass even more, unlock the pass, and start grinding today.
I'm just 30 off. I'm at 40 something now. So I'm 30 levels away from Yay here.
Is it just 30?
No, in-game.
In-game.
Yeah, the figurine is like, I'm far from the figurine. I'm 100 from the figurine.
Man, I wish I could reach the figurine though, because that's always been a goal every year. I have only achieved it ever once.
Which year was that?
The Yuzhong. It was M5.
M5.
I'm losing my TNZ and I'm kind of go. Oh wait, no, it's right.
I took it.
Okay, we just no, I found it. By the way, the Magic Chess Go World Championship Go 1, the very first one. It's on January 25th, the same day as the M7 finals. That's tomorrow, and the Go 1 finals will be held at the M7 Carnival right outside the venue here in Jakarta, Indonesia. Tennis Indoor Senayan. A vast amount of watching prizes will be given out, so please follow the official channels for the latest information. Let's jointly witness the birth of the first world champion of MCGG. We're gonna crown 2 world champions by the end of this weekend. That's so cool.
Yeah. We must all jointly partake in both.
In both.
I mean, we'll be here for both anyways.
Yeah, we could probably watch it, right? The MCGG finals. Okay, so
yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
I hope Yuzhong gets picked. I'm a big Yuzhong stan. By the way, number 6, Bagong Ilog Yuzhong here.
I'm a Valir. I picked at number 40 for Quezon City this season. What's up?
Number 1, Kaunlaran, Grok.
Oh, that's your hood.
That's MLBB though.
That's Sasha.
That's not
Oh, that's ML. Yeah, that's not MCGG.
Yeah,
right.
Get on this.
Sorry.
Well, and the MCGG Go 1 World Championship is tomorrow, but we have to talk about Game 4, which is going to be starting in just a bit, heading into the draft. This is the first time this series, in game number 3, that a blue side team lost. Team Liquid are at match point. If you're Liquid, are you just going to double down on the fast Liquid stampede and try to end it before 12 minutes?
There's no other way. And I think Alter Ego will try to say blue again, and if there is something they can do to change it, at least, you know, stop it and make us go all the way.
Yeah.
I think that would be to make less crazy choices. I don't know, Wolf, you seem to be of the school of thought that the Guinevere was fine because it was answering the Liam word.
Yep.
But I think there could have been more. There could have been something else there.
I totally agree. I think it's the Guinevere. I agreed with the Guinevere because it's the safer choice, and it was part of the MOO other teams. But yeah, I do agree with you. I think you cannot go crazy anymore against Team. I think that Alter Ego can play fast, and they have to play fast as well.
Yeah, we have a little trivia game for you. If Joe is the most picked hero in the M series, who is the second? That's actually a very good one. Huh.
We see the graphic every now and then.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much that has changed.
Is it the Cloud?
I'm guessing it's the Claude. I feel like he's one of those heroes that's always just been there.
Or Farsa.
Oh, that might be.
She's there. Yusen Shin, Claude, Farsa, they're all up there with Cho. Who's the other one?
Ooh, who is it indeed?
Oh.
That's here bad. That's bad.
Yeah, that's the top bad.
All right,
relax.
For M7.
That's suspense. That's suspense.
Suspense?
Yeah.
Great. But I mean, Jushin being bad, 75% win rate, 67 times picked as well. All right, so most contested, I guess?
Yeah.
The Jushin?
Okay, put it in chat. Which is the second most picked hero if Cho is number 1?
I'm really guessing it's either maybe Harith also, because Harith was also there in M1. He was a big part of it.
Oh, total M series?
Total M series?
Wait.
Is there an M series where we didn't see Harith much? Oh, M3.
Yeah.
And M4. But Claude, I think it's Claude.
Because it's been there since M1.
Yeah, and Grok gets banned too.
Yeah, Grok is not in that 5.
Yeah, and he's not in that 5.
Yeah.
This is perplexing. Let us know.
The fact that we don't know, I really want to know now.
That's what, 7 years of history you're looking at.
Yep.
Yeah. Now here we are. The second most picked hero in M Series history is Claude.
There it is. Okay,
all right.
Be good, be good.
Okay, now who is the third? No, I'm kidding. No, we're not going to play this game all the way until the end of the draft. But put down in your comment section wherever you're watching, who do you think is going to go blue, is going to go red, who is going to be the first picked hero? A lot of questions there, but I know y'all love to analyze the game and tell us that you're better than us at analyzing the game, so why don't you just, comment it away, let us know.
Joseph pulled the Kid Bomb, I'm just saying.
Nice who got Kid Bomb, but yeah, behind the scenes, we're all just opening packs here, so
by the way,
hopefully we still have some for the grand finals.
It's how I deal with tension, all right?
Yeah, that's true.
This is match point.
And we're gonna go into Expanding River, and this is Team Liquid's sign to just end it here, go for the throne. Alter Ego don't change much. They still go for the Arlott, Fredrin, Bakshaban, Fanny Grot, Jusin are the band
so
of
Eve
Team
for
Liquid.
Claude. Eve for Claude is the trait that Team Liquid is offering Alter Ego this time. But there is also a chance that this is a first pick Leomord, right?
Yeah. I feel like if I'm Alter Ego, just go ahead, pick it up. You play it really well. Yasuke plays it really well. Allow him to carry the team.
It's just Claude or Leomord now, Alter Ego. Or are they willing to pick the Hilda first, seeing as how good it is? There it is, the Leomord. Hilda Claude is my guess here for Team Liquid.
That'll be a great combination for sure. Apply the pressure, get the vision. At the same time, the Hilda doesn't have to worry about that juice in. I don't think Liquid can afford to go static with an Eve here. I'd want to see them consider the Low Yi again.
Well, you're right, actually. But that means that also you can, that makes Claude even safer as the first pick here for Team Liquid. However, there is a world where they pick up Hilda and Pharsa.
Yeah.
That's also an option for them.
Since for the first time in a while, Pharsa's open. Pharsa was open in the last game.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think for Alter Ego Akai? No.
Kalea.
I got way too excited. He sounded a bit like Poe there. So Kalea Claude, if Alter Ego don't get the Valentina here, I'm just going to say now, Liquid just pick up that Kai at third.
That's right. And Alter Ego also has to think about the potential of the Lu Yi, because this is Lu Yi or Eve as the third pick of Team Liquid. Alter Ego might have to prepare for that. So they will take the Pharsa. I think this is really smart. And then the Freya. I really like this adjustment because now Team Liquid will have to think about the Lu Yi more than for more than a minute here.
Yep.
However, Kalea Lu Yi, that's gonna be a scary combo.
Yep. You are gonna get brought to places you don't want to be.
Brought to places.
Last time I saw that was in MSC of this year.
Yeah.
In EWZ, they brought Kyrie back to Manila.
That's right.
That was Onic BH.
That was Onic BH indeed. Lu Yi or Eve. The choice is now for Team Liquid.
I'm not a fan of the Eve here. I think just go double down on the Low Yi. You're gonna need that little bits of crowd control. She can dish out with a duality there. It is.
Low Yi Kalea.
So now this balances things out, because if they went for the Eve, Team Liquid, it's them showing Alter Ego we could see the early to the mid game. We're going to be playing for the counter punches. You're going to get a 3,000 to 5,000 gold lead, but we're going to turn it around. But with this Low Yi, they can be more proactive.
Just to temper expectations, gentlemen. As cool as it is to see the world's farthest taken Tsunami Slam and the world's longest BMI, they still need something to hold it down. They still need a good front line. And the question is, what does Carl TZ get?
Akai, give me my panda, bro.
Akai and Lu Yi. That could be...
Oh,
okay.
That's what I was thinking. The Yushin.
That's right.
But I wouldn't be so miffed if it ends up being like a Lancelot.
Well, yeah, actually. The Lancelot of Carl can still do wonders here.
Or a Haya.
Yeah. But mainly you're going to be looking for the Pharsa. The Frey and the Leomord aren't going to be a lot of your targets. It's going to be you trying to burst down the Heejumi pick, and then hoping that your backline hasn't been decimated by the Freya and the Leomord, which I feel like is not the vibe Liquid should be going for here.
And there could also be the potential of the Sora. A Sora delivery could also be as dangerous as a reverse delivery with the Kalea as well as the Lu Yi. I think it has just good synergy with the entirety of Team Liquid. And it's also a denial pick if they do get that hero.
Hey,
what else is there a world where we see Harley on Carl team?
Actually, yeah, with the Gatot ban, I was wondering, wait, are they now going to be pulling a page from Aurora Turkia's book?
Yeah.
I mean, up against the Leomord and Freya though, and with Harley, Claude, that's so demanding.
So demanding. Typically, Team Liquid will just go for attack hero. I do feel like the Sora is a good hero for Team Liquid overall. They might just take it safe though. Maybe just get Terizla, for example, for Mr. Sanford.
More likely, because if they were going for the Sora, they would have at least banned the Valentina in red.
Yeah.
4 and 5.
That's also true.
But they go Sora here. Valentina can get picked up by Alter Ego.
Team Liquid might just simplify this by picking up a Hayabusa because there's no Hilda.
Yeah.
Oh, there is.
Yet.
That's the CC.
Okay.
All right. We are about to see a different County Zero. That's what I feel like. It's going to be...
Or just Hayabusa.
Just Hayabusa. Alter Ego against the CC. They will want to go for... No Uranus. I think they're left with Alice at this point.
And what does Alex pick up?
Alice would be perfect here, honestly.
Does Alec Khalid again? Does he try to chase where the Luyi goes?
Or maybe they chip.
Oh, quite chippable.
Quite chippable.
They have chipped and they won against Spirit last night.
Yeah.
Oh, to be fair, with the lineup of Liquid, I think Cho might actually be really good.
Yeah.
Rotational speed, the kick.
They pick up the Sora themselves. And now the Cho or the chip? What is the choice?
What's Alex fill in?
That's the...
Okay.
And now, Team Liquid, Hayabusa.
Yeah.
How likely is it that they go for another fighter here? Like a...
Become Martis?
Alpha, maybe?
Yes! Thank you!
Wow!
They're going in for the juggler, boys. This is the lineup that a kind of lineup, I mean, that Team Liquid specializes on. The utility with the Claude, the Kalea and the Luyi delivery. With the CC on top for additional damage. This is Team Liquid wanting to win it all in this series.
And the lineup rating leans towards Liquid. Take it with a grain of salt. But if this works, it's a callback. Lower bracket finals, M4 World Championship. Bandicuity on a Claude, Carl Tizzy on an Akai. Plus Dexter ended the game and made them move forward to the grand finals. Match point for Liquid. The last remaining hope of Indonesia and Alter Ego. Defiant, wanting to force a game number 5. Will it be the Golden Road continuing, or will Alter Ego force this to go all the way?
The hope and dreams of Indonesia are in the hands of Alter Ego right now for this one. Can they extend the series, or will Team Liquid continue the Golden Road stampede forward to face off SRG in that lower bracket final? Trex, we see the drafts here. We've seen what happened throughout the series. How do you feel about this one?
I don't know, I was heavily expecting in the second ban phase to see the Akai banned out. It has been one of the single answers to the Leomord heavily, especially in the hands of a Filipino team. Someone like Carl Tizzy, who has been around for so many metas and can play just about anything comfortably. You add that up with the Luyi, it is definitely a dangerous combination for Team Liquid. On the side of Alter Ego, though, you have Arfi on Comfort, you have Nino on Comfort, you have the Farza. It is a powerhouse of picks on both sides.
It's always been the Filipino team so far, bringing out the Akai, and so far it's working. Demon Kite. Now Carl Tizzy, who I think has been through a decent amount of Akai games in the past as well.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things that's funny. This is why I always love these longer series, you know, best of 5s, best of 7s, because even though we find like ourselves in a meta, especially here, like whether the M series or any of the major tournaments, you see that continue to shift, but then also you see the throwback of some of the lineups and metas that worked in the past. And, you know, a lot of the junglers out there, like Carl Tizzy, like Demon Kite, like you mentioned, and, you know, even all around, they all spent so much time on utility junglers for the longest time, right? That was the meta, that was the play for a while, and now you've got this good balance, I feel like, between the assassins and then utility bringing forward. It looks like they want to make a play up top.
Oh, now they're going to try to go for Yasuke once again. The Phantom Steed is baited out though. Nino trying to go lightning form. Carl Tizzy, he's bursted down, heavy spin, already committed, but that's a CC immune Sora. Now that's the Snare Strike finishing off the kill on Sad for JP, still diving in.
but he gets taken down too. Arfi might just want more. Looking for Sanji here, but Sanji gets out safely.
I didn't even think about that mechanic of the Sora into the Akai, the shifting clouds. As long as you time it correctly while the heavy spin's happening, you just pound down and you're unaffected by it. That could honestly be the answer. That could honestly be the counter that Alter Ego needs to carry them through this game.
This is exactly what Alter Ego needed to happen here at this point. You know, game 4, get a strong start, and they do exactly that. So Turtle in their hands, a nice 1,000 plus gold lead for now. A good amount of kills too, spread across the board. Oh.
Whoa. That was just the edge of the glorious pathway meant to slow Sanji down, but now they bring in Alec under the turret and with a heavy spin secures the kill.
Wow, but Nino got a solo kill.
Yeah, somehow we didn't get to see it, but that's the second time Sanford went down.
And that's a 2-0-2 Sora right now. Normally it takes a bit for them to come online, but it's going to be happening a lot quicker now. He's already level 6. Sanford's going to be having trouble 0-2-0. But we've seen this a few times in the EXP lane. Sanford always seems to pick himself up, get the dust off his shoulders, and get back in the game.
So it's funny because, you know, throughout the game, well, Sanji dancing.
Oh, now they try to go for the setup. But that's a Purify from Hijume, so he'll be okay. Somehow the laning seems to be going really well for Alter Ego.
Yeah, this is what they need. Like I said, they got to be able to secure the opposite ends of the map as well. An Oracle first item now picked up for Nino. He knows he's going to be one of the more aggressive initiators for this lineup. It allows that space for Alec to work with this Hylos. And you just have a lot of pressure, if you think about it, from Alter Ego's lineup. Again, even Arfi, the most winning, I feel like, Freya we have currently in M7. Arfi definitely knows this hero through it in and out. I mean, look at the way he's just going to go ahead and take some of this gold from under Oheb.
Such quick rotations too coming in from Alter Ego. Oheb already using the BMI now. Even Carl just trying to take his purple buff. There might just attempt to deny it from him. Oh, a flicker already forced out of Oheb. JP holding that push though. Will he try to go for the setup? But however, we are looking down bottom. That's going to be the BM or the Blazing Duet just to clear the way. Could be out of lane. Arfi, no! Heavy spin though, putting down 2 members. And now that's 3-man knockup coming from Nino. Might not be enough for Liquid to survive this. He still jumps in onto Carl. Gets some shields from the top. And dodges the Veteran airstrike just in time. A vengeance from Sanford 2. And he trades out Hijume!
What looked like such a good team fight for Alter Ego under the tier 1 turret. It goes bad very quickly as TL is able to pick up a couple kills. Good thing Yasuke is still alive, so that threat for the turtle is still there. But meanwhile, also, we have to take note of what happened in the gold lane, man. Arfi is not letting up an Oheb.
Yeah, I mean, he's okay with the 1v1. Now into the tower once again!
Arfi is manhandling Oheb right now. I gotta say it, this Freya is unstoppable for now.
Yep, and now it's Carl TZ who they spot. He does have the heavy spin, now he's forced to use it. 4 members of Alter Ego manning this turtle, they cannot contest. Oh,
Lane for lane right now.
Okay, the stun doesn't land on Sanford, but he's being dived by 3.
Wow, hey, Alter Ego, they'll make it happen where they need to. Yeah, they lost the team fight. Well, they just got it and more back.
Alter Ego, 2.3k gold lead. Arfi, Oheb has to like just maybe swap. I don't even know. Could you go to the other lane?
I feel like we're seeing the same thing here, Trex.
Either. Arfi, taking a look at the win rate, predicts 62% in the hands of Alter Ego, and I feel the same way right now. I love the way that Alter Ego are rotating right now. Alec is like this pivot point, and you see Hijume move around. Same thing with Yasuke, and they all kind of shift to the right, then everyone shifts to the left. Look at the gold difference, though, between Arfi and Oheb right now. It's 2 items to 1, a 1.5k gold lead.
This is a choice that Team Liquid made, though. They've always opened the Freya. They've never once considered to take it out.
Yeah.
They've always allowed Arfi to take it for himself. They've found ways to deal with it, but now in such a crucial moment, you get to see where Arfi performs really well too. It's such a hard spot to recover from if you're a Claude, but now they find the burst on Hijume. Still has to the flicker gets committed by Oheb. Just 1 hit left, still not enough.
Oh man, you commit all that. Unfortunate not to get a kill. and they're gonna still go in the jungle.
Okay, that's gonna be a counter engage, but a Phantom Speed committed though. So is the Glorious Pathway, slowing down the members of Liquid. Now RV has his eyes set on OHEB, already committing the BMI. Crouching, trying to go for the save. On the other side of the map though, Nino taking care of JP and Sanford too. The fight is split up, and it's JP who gets taken down first. Sanford might just survive this, and another fight happening across the map. OHEB! It's bursted down!
Arfi doesn't just have his eyes on OHEB, he's got his hands on OHEB non-stop. He will chase him to the end of the earth at this point. And just when he can't get him, Hijume flies up, drops a feathered airstrike. Alter Ego are in control right now. We're 8 minutes in, 5K gold lead. Another item locks in for Yasuke.
Arfi is in the mind of OHEB right now. If there was that, oh, hold on.
They're gonna burst Sanford. That's a lightning form coming in from Nino. So much dashes and the slows from the Glorious Pathway. And a free turtle for Yasuke.
They're going for more.
Attention to the bottom lane. It's gonna be JP who they target first. OHEB trying to deal some damage, but he has to use the BMI to get out. That's the better airstrike too. Alex standing in front of everyone. Sanji gets caught in the midst of 4 people. Alter Ego, look at the pressure that they're doing against Liquid.
Under the 10-minute mark, Alter Ego has built up an 8,000 gold lead. They're controlling everything in this game 4. It's looking like we're going to see a game 5 unless TL somehow, some way does something. But I don't know if they can with this. I mean, it just seems like Alter Ego is locked in everywhere.
And all of them are playing so well right now. Nino has made amazing plays. Arfi has done his job so well just keeping OHEB out of these team fights. And Yasuke with a deathless KDA now he's the one 3 levels ahead of Carl TZ. Now he's the one with all the retribution advantages. And then Hijume, as long as you can keep on zoning like this, they control not only the neutral objectives, but the map as well.
Wow, look at this. Oracle just picked up here by Sanford. Are they going to force a fight under the turret?
Yep, the setup doesn't land from Nino, but it might just be enough. Fortunately, there was the vengeance, though. Phantom Steed also used by Yasuke, but you see so many resources made it out just because of that attempt from Alter Ego.
Let's be real, though. Alter Ego don't push too hard. This is what happens many times. Team Liquid is going to back off out of that. They need to just secure this Lord at this point, play it clean, play it safe. They're not really on a time crunch. They have scaling heroes. They don't really need to rush it.
The time crunch right now is OHEB. He's so far behind, dude. He's only got DHS, and you're at the 10-minute mark. That's usually when they're finishing the Trinity for the Claude. That's how pretty much non-existent OHEB is right now. And so if you're thinking about, okay, well, if we're playing for that Claude to pop off later on, when does that happen? Well, my guy, you need like 8 to 10 minutes at this point for him to catch up. He does get a golden staff, but I still don't think this is a fight they want to take. The Lord is being started up. Glorious Pathway dropped down.
All right, feathered airstrike 2. Sanji trying to land the combo, but instead doesn't, so he needs to flicker out to survive.
Arfi.
Still gonna go for the diversion play though, Carl TZ. Can he actually steal this away? He doesn't! Yasuke still secures the Lord!
The level difference is too much, the retribution gap is too much, and now Carl TZ goes down and pays the price.
A desperate attempt to buy more time for Team Liquid. It won't happen. Carl TZ gets taken out, and now with the Lord making its way down bot lane, almost 10,000 gold lead for Alter Ego. They have this win in sights. TL has to be able to pull off this defense and clear things out, but with the holy defenses down, even down in the bottom lane, this is going to be a tough one for them to pull off.
Yeah.
This fight could just be forced out by Alter Ego with this kind of lead and this advantage.
Yeah, because even looking at the wave clear that Liquid has, it's supposed to be on OHEB, but OHEB with so much catching up to do, this might be a difficult task for them. JP though jumping in, that's gonna be the setup from Nino. Arfi just diving OHEB in the back lines though. Nino still trying to fight. There's the feathered airstrike dealing so much damage. JP flickering out, somehow still survives, but now it's gonna be Sanford caught in 5 members of Alter Ego. The Expilators down for Team Liquid, but they get to take care of the Lord.
They might not end the game here, but they continue to look for it. With all the inhibitors gone, AES free roam.
They got a wave.
Team Liquid's home base.
There's a wave in mid, but an airstrike brings OHEB down to half HP. The setup lands onto just JP. Can Liquid still clear the minions in the base? They're more in
coming for Alter Ego, and somehow, miraculously, can Liquid really do this once again?
It's not over yet, but there it is, Alter Ego! Clean the base!
And we're going to game 5. I don't know how many times I've said it, but I love it. This is how it should be in the lower bracket. And it all comes down to that one game between these two phenomenal teams.
With a score evened out, Alter Ego shows, I mean, this has just been a game of hands. This has been a game of asserting dominance. We said it in the tag for this match, and it is all about dominance right now. Neither team wanting to let up, neither team wanting to change the style of play. Back-to-back bloodbath, and it all comes down to one more Game 5 in the lower bracket.
I think I'm gonna leave that question more for Liquid though. Is this really the way they still want to go? Do they still want to open up all of these heroes, all these comfort picks, and fight them head on, knowing fully well what Alter Ego are capable of?
You know, would we say, this is a good question, I think, and I have for the panel as well, do we think Team Liquid has been underestimating Alter Ego at any points, letting the Freya through? And then even in that last play, the big ditch effort to try to steal the Lord, when Carl Teasy is 2 levels behind in Retribution, it's a big if. Why do they think they can pull that off?
It definitely is. That's a whole lot of questions to be answered here. We're gonna have the panel answer those questions, hopefully, and make things make sense here. Gentlemen, take it away.
We are going to game number 5! And there is no other way to end this than going all the way. Alter Ego, you can no longer question their mentality. You can no longer question their skill, whether it's luck. They have taken the Golden Road, Golden Stampede to its absolute limit.
It's mainly because of what they did in the side lanes. It looked like a taper fade from Alter Ego the Barbers because they were just shutting down the side laners of Team Liquid Philippines, constantly winning the 1v1 battles, constantly visiting the side lanes so that before the turtle fight happens, there is no way for even a Nakai to get into that zone and take that neutral objective. The idea coming out from Alter Ego is to just, limit the side lanes so that there will never be a 5-man. In fact, at the first 2 minutes of the game, before the first turtle, 5 people from Alter Ego are in the top lane, and from then on, they did not let go of the grip.
Alter Ego cut down Sanford and Oheb, and they made them non-factors. It's painful to see a hero like the CC or the Claude that usually can take care of themselves, or at least get out of trouble fast enough. But the way Alter Ego plays, again, this is aggression unlike anything we've seen on the world stage. Alter Ego is going all the way here against Liquid in this series. Something to note, despite how nice and how at home and comfortable Liquid's draft is, you have to consider when lineups like this used to work in the heyday of the utility meta for Filipino teams, they weren't fighting this often. They weren't fighting against a lineup that had a Freya, a Pharsa, a Leomord, again, it's a new factor. Even the Sora is new to this whole equation. So, again, I think Liquid may have miscounted or underestimated the amount of fights that they were going to have to fight in the early game.
Yeah, we have to double down on that first gank top side right before the turtle. I think Liquid did not see that coming.
For sure.
We are in expanding river, so that is the easiest access for the entirety of Alter Ego to just go ahead and dive. Sanford overstretched. Carl Teasy looked like they were trying to go for that punish. Didn't expect there to be a full-on rotation. They were too over-eager getting it. And Hejum is Pharsa this game, combined with the high loss of Alec. I've never seen this many times where the Glorious Pathway was used for a pick-off. It's Glorious Pathway, timing with Feathered Airstrike, just to get a burst, just to get a pick-off. They weren't always waiting for the team fights. The aggression of Alter Ego here was calculated every single time.
And the reason why this is also the case, why the Glorious Pathway didn't have to be used in that manner, is because of the nature of the heroes from Team Liquid Philippines. But before that, we have to talk about this guy, the MVP. That's going to be Nino on this Sora. I honestly thought that the Sora should have been the fourth pick here for Team Liquid Philippines. I even said it in the draft. It's not only will it deny that Sora 2 against Alter Ego, but it also solves the problem of Team Liquid Philippines of not having to rely on scaling heroes on two of their side laners. It's one thing to have a Claude and allow that to scale, but it's also another to have two scaling heroes into the side lanes.
Yeah, look at that. First item priority here for Nino was the Blood Wings. That's why he was aggressive from the early onset. He knows it's going to be difficult to take him down. If he is going to be traded out, it's going to take a lot of resources from Liquid to make that happen. After that first gank, we just saw an always aggressive Nino that Sanford was not ready to deal with on that CC.
I'd hate to compare apples to apples, but when Aurora in the upper bracket finals pulled off a similar lineup again with the Akai coming out of retirement, dusting him off, the reason why it works is because SRG then drafted a lineup that wasn't as aggressive. Sure, it also had the Leomord, but they also were playing kind of softball. Harith needs that late game power spike. Zetian is more utility. Gatot Kacha, more of a bodyguard if anything. And the CC, not as lethal or as forward momentum reliant as a Sora. So here, I think Liquid kind of did not expect that AAU would play hardball this early, and that was the death of them. Again, I don't know if it would still be valid, but if they were going to try this one more time, play to avoid fights, deny AE what they want.
Yeah. The difference in game number 2 where the Luyi was so successful is that this time it's facing up against the Pharsa. Remember back in game number 2 we said maybe the Pharsa should have been the pick for Alter Ego to counteract this Luyi. This time they were prepared. They picked up the Freya to go with the Pharsa, kind of expecting the Luyi to be picked. We did expect it to be picked though. It's between just the Luyi and the Eve as the red 3 pick for Team Liquid. Team Liquid still chose to go for the Luyi despite that having that minor inconvenience of having to deal with the range of the Pharsa. Actually, it's not a minor inconvenience, it's actually a massive inconvenience. Specifically in this game, there were so many times where the Pharsa was just able to outrange the reach of Team Liquid. Team Liquid, they have Luyi, they have Akai, they have CC, they have the Kalea, all mid-range heroes. You can even argue that the Claude is almost mid-range.
Yeah, that's why the lineup of Liquid needed to work through winning that first turtle, which is why you really gotta credit Alter Ego. I feel like they watched the tapes from that Game 5 of the Aurora SRG matchup when they picked up the Akai. Of course, Leo mentioned out the different pieces that changed how that worked out, but Alter Ego knew they had the more aggressive lineup that can afford to go for a big all-in before that first turtle so that Liquid won't be even able to contest for it.
It's really hard for Liquid to return to something like this. I mean, going into Game 5, I think it would be so risky. The word in the dictionary doesn't exist to describe how dangerous it would be to revert to something like this in Game 5, which, again, puts you in a mental place wherein, do I match them in aggression? Or is there something else left in the Liquid playbook to try and match what AE was? Because AE has never changed in their run in M7. Yes, it's new that they're the ones left. It's the people's champions who are living out to Indonesia's dreams and hopes, but they're still the same team.
I feel like this was another case of Team Liquid in Philippines might have overthought the draft in one point. I can't pinpoint exactly where, but Alter Ego were honest. They first picked the Leomord. Freya and Pharsa went right after. At that point, you already knew what they were going into this with, and Alter Ego executed that perfectly.
I think they overthought the CC slot, I would say Red 4. And I totally understand why they go for it, actually, because I think that they already were set to, we are picking Akai. And the problem with having the Akai with the Claude is that you really need some damage on the side lanes. That's actually the dilemma that they had to face. Surely a double scaling side lane matchup against Leomord and Freya will never work. But they had to gamble in that idea that maybe if Sanford as well as Olaf can just outplay their counterparts, it could be better for them. That's why they pick up the CC first, so that it will complement with Akai in terms of supplementing the damage. Because Luyi, as well as Akai alone, that's not a good mid-trio that can supplement damage. In fact, it doesn't really make that much sense if you think about the Kalea with the Akai.
Might even be a Numbo.
Actually, non-combo. And then if you compare that to the other side, the mid trio was what? It's the Hylos with the Farsa
and the
then
Leomord.
the Leomord. There's so much damage in that department.
Yeah, revisiting my numbers here, CC does have a positive win rate over the Seora and Leomord, although the sample size of that is very small. Farsa and Hylos 50-50. It's against the Freya, where it only has a 25% win rate against. We also just have to credit, looking out of the picks, Nino has been putting on an absolute performance this entire series. He has been winning in lane against Sanford. What a series so far, and of course, this is the perfect way to end it, to go all the way, but now we'll go all the way to an interview.
Thank you so much, casters. We are now down to the final game in this elimination match in the lower brackets between Alter Ego and Team Liquid. And today we have a special surprise because we have a special guest waiting here, watching from the audience to witness this game. Hello, boleh tolong perkenalkan diri?
Halo, ya. Saya ayahnya Yasuke, ini ibunya Yasuke.
We have Yasuke's parents in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, to support Alter Ego and of course their son. Now, Om mau nanya dong, kita kan melihat kalau misalkan sekarang Yasuke tuh udah bertanding sebagai pro player. Kita tuh penasaran, awal-awal kalian tahu itu kalau misalkan Yasuke mau menjadi pro player, itu pas kapan sih?
Kami orang tua tentu dari awal nggak pernah menyangka gitu kan. Kami ibunya nggak pernah menyangka. Terus Yasuke itu kan kuliahnya di Makassar, kami di Bone. Kami tentu susah ngawasnya, ternyata yang namanya hobi, talenta, terus Yasuke pasti cari cara untuk latihan bersama teman-temannya. Kami, seingat kami itu awal Januari kami mengantar Yasuke, karena udah bergabung di MDL Alter Ego. Yeah.
Okay, so Yasuke's father mentioned that he never expected for Yasuke's career path to lead up to this point because at the time Yasuke was studying in Makassar, a different city where they were living in, but he trusted, he understood that there was a process that had to be done, but he just kept supporting alongside with the mother of Yasuke. Got to ask, maybe can we talk to mom, Yasuke's mom? Boleh ngomong sama tante juga? Tante, kita penasaran. Di awal-awal itu sebenarnya ada concern nggak sih, ada kekhawatiran nggak sih untuk Yasuke terjun di dunia e-sports?
Ya, awalnya sih memang orang kita berdua itu memang nggak terlalu support. Karena kami sebenarnya jujur mengutamakan masalah sekolah pendidikan. Tapi lambat laun melihat perkembangan dari Yasuke ini, setelah selalu mewakili kota Bone mengikuti pertandingan, ya alhamdulillah akhirnya kita sangat mendukung karena ada posisi positifnya.
So in the beginning, it looked like the parents were not as keen, they weren't as supportive, but after they saw the persistence coming in from Yasuke, the fact that Yasuke was able to represent the city and then now the entire country on an international scale, that's when they started to support and see the progress from Yasuke. Because earlier on, Yasuke's father did mention that the first time that Yasuke appeared in MDL, the Development League, they were the ones to actually bring them there. Jadi gimana rasanya dari momen MDL itu, sekarang Yasuke udah ngewakilin Indonesia di panggung internasional. Rasanya seperti apa, Om?
Tentu kami orang tua merasa bersyukur, bangga, sekaligus haru. Anak kami ya berawal dari MDL Alter Ego, sekarang udah bisa mendunia, udah bisa menjajal tim-tim luar negeri kan. Tentu satu kesyukuran, Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala yang memudahkan langkahnya dia bersama teman-temannya.
He's very happy. He's also very proud of Yasuke from the moment that he first entered MDL up until now, being able to represent Indonesia on the international stage. And hopefully he can continue doing great with the grace of God. Okay, Om, Tante, sekarang Yasuke itu di posisi 2-2. Satu game lagi dia bisa lanjut, atau satu game lagi mereka akan tereliminasi. Ada nggak sih pesan untuk Yasuke sekarang yang lagi bertanding? Do you have a message to Yasuke now in this elimination game?
Pesan saya buat Yasuke hari ini, tentu buat Nino selaku kapten, gameplaynya dipertahankan. Gameplaynya harus konsisten, yang pasti tabrak aja sampai menang. Dan saya yakin kok, insya Allah Indonesia menang hari ini.
Okay. How do I? Okay. Yasuke's father mentioned that stay consistent, keep going with the gameplay that you guys can do, and tabrak. I'm not really sure what tabrak is in English. I think it's just roll through it. Just roll through it. Do what you guys are able to do and continue to fight because he believes that Indonesia will move forward and will be the champions of the M Series. Mungkin ada kata-kata dari Tante juga untuk Yasuke?
Ya mungkin hanya doa aja ya buat Yasuke. Semoga bisa dimudahkan dan dilancarkan untuk mengangkat piala M7. Insya Allah, amin.
By the grace of God, if God is willing, we will see Alter Ego being able to lift the trophy here in the M Series. So hope everything goes well. Once again, thank you so much Tante, thank you so much Om. Udah ada di sini untuk Yasuke, untuk dukung Yasuke terus. Karena, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like everyone is ready right now. And this is the moment. This is it. Will Alter Ego go home, or will they move on to the next? Or can TL be the ones to rise on top and meet SRG? Casters, we're throwing it back to you.
Go, 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 go.
It's always great to hear from the family of the players. Of course, for Yasuke, what a story. MDL champions, gets called up to the Alter Ego main roster at MPL Indonesia Season 16. Didn't win any Rookie of the Year awards, Most Improved Players, no awards like that. He just kept his head down, improved, got better, made it all the way to becoming runner-ups for the season, and now here they are on the world stage, one game win away, potentially, from eliminating the team that's been eyed as many as to be one of the greatest teams of all time, looking to complete the Golden Road. What a story for Yasuke and Alter Ego.
And the fact that he is unfazed in front of a team like Team Liquid, in front of the crowd like this, as a rookie, that is a rare trait to have. In fact, some of the known young prodigies that we've ever had in the Philippines or all over the world will always have that kind of trait, being dauntless in the face of danger. And I feel like Yasuke is just exhibiting that. I don't think that there was ever a game that Yasuke actually failed when it comes to his gameplay.
When they lose, he's just, all right, shake it off, we'll do it again. And when they win, just like now in Game 4, man looks like a star. And with his family watching, and of course the thousands of Alter champs all over the world, it can only look so much better because, again, momentum is on their side, which now brings us to talk about Liquid, who has been struggling. Again, we haven't seen Liquid struggle like this in a while. They are on the Golden Road, which means for a majority of 2025, every major tournament they took down, everything they touch turns golden. Yeah. Except for now, because they are one game away from being eliminated from M7.
Yeah, it just speaks to us to how good the competition is right now in M7, especially with how the metagame has developed. You would actually observe that every single day in the knockout stages and also in the Swiss stages, there is a specific new meta that has been developed. For example, there was Akai in day number 2. And then just yesterday, we saw some changes with Leomord and Freya, and now Harley being prioritized as well. Now we see Luyi as the pivotal point of the two drafts. I think it's just such an evolving meta game that if you look at the series, there is always that specific hero that they're pinning their lineup into. And I think in this particular series, it's the Leomord.
Yeah, Leomord, Sora, Freya. Those have been key picks all throughout the M7 World Championship. Liquid has decided to keep letting the Freya through. They can win against it, but Alter Ego keep redefining what it means to play around a hero that for the longest time was always just the butt of the joke in our ranked games, but now has risen up to be one of the best picks in the world stage.
For the sake of all that is Liquid, I'd say if there was ever a time that you were going to swallow your pride and say, you know what, Alter Ego, you guys are really good at these heroes, we'll start banning them, now is the time. If of all of those, I will revert back to what Wolf said in game number 1, pre-match. Just ban the Freya. So much is opened up in the draft.
You're not required to pick up the Cloud. You're not required to counter the Leomord whatsoever. can have so much freedom if that hero is just denied. In fact, a Claude from OHEB, which you kind of feel like is the priority. So far, Team Liquid has picked up the Claude 3 times this game, have lost 2 of those with the Claude. That tells me that if you really want to make OHEB happy, the side laners happy, just ban the Freya.
Let's see if that's what they're gonna do. Only one game win on the red side here, and that was in game number 3 where Liquid had the Leomord. We now go to Dangerous Grass, which all the more activates the Hilda. Leomord, as you see on your screens, has already been instantly locked in by Team Liquid.
First pick. And that's a Freya band as well. Alter Ego, will they go for the Hilda themselves? Pharsa is inbound for sure. Do know that they countered Leomord with, oh, they go Claude and Jushin. This is scary because you don't necessarily can pick up the Eve. I think you're better off with Pharsa here.
Yeah, they deny it.
Eve, still Eve.
So there's still a little bit of playfulness on Liquid side.
Okay.
Even if, logically speaking, you should have stolen away the Eve.
Okay.
So this should be the Pharsa.
But they do already have the Jushin though, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
It was a Jushin first pick. For
Are
Alter
they looking
Ego.
for that magic combo again? Someone else to...
The Uranus that has been one of the bans as well in the previous games.
Yeah.
Early, the second phase, typically, Alter Ego's winning hero in game number 1. And I think it makes so much sense because they're just between the heroes of Team Liquid. Right now, there's no actual answer to the Uranus.
Yeah. Then that with the Claude gone as well, OHEB's gonna need a Shredder. They need the Shred, unless Liquid are gonna go for the idea of just go with everyone else, ignore the Yura, and leave Nino to be the last man standing every time with no more help.
Yeah.
But that is always gonna be a huge risk. Uranus has been one of the best picks to deal with the instant impact of the Yuzong, and I like how Liquid acknowledged that Yasuke on a Joy would have actually tore through this Liquid lineup.
That's the combo you're looking for with the Gwen with the Jushin. But again, you wonder what does Yasuke play? The last time he was found in this situation, he played the Guinevere.
That's right. Oh, they met the carry, so they let the Granger through. I think Team Liquid will just go back to comfort and pick that up.
Is this foreshadowing? Is Alter Ego looking to pick a utility?
With the carry ban.
But what's left? There's no Fred, there's no box.
This is one of those times where I say Akai would not be great with the Yuzong, Eve, and the Leomord. Actually, take away the Leomord. With the Yuzong and Eve together, that might have the same outcome as before.
I think Sasuke might come back.
Oh, they're Suyo from yesterday.
Sasuke might come back.
Unless Liquid read into it. They're willing to give the Suyo.
Okay. I think you will go for some sort of safe play. There's the Hilda. Very well done. I think the Esmeralda could be a pickup here for Team Liquid.
In the gold lane.
What if they pick up the Lunox for OHEB? Would that be ever bad? Nah, I don't think so. I think they will just go back to a Granger where it's like safe.
Granger is the safe. Lunox are risky against the Hilda and the Jushin. You force out the Brilliance very fast.
Like Hylas Granger might be the choice.
Yeah.
Team Liquid.
Unless they run it back and just go Cho here, but then your targets to kick, it's not going to be instant value. It's with an Eve.
Yeah, you got 2 bad targets. Might be tough.
Yeah. And all the ones that you can kick might just be able to get away real quick.
Sun rises.
So Kalina the Esmeralda.
They go fighters.
Go fighters. I think Suyo could be another option, but it might be bad against 2 fighters here.
Yeah.
Just too much. I think it's much better for AE to just go for utility. At the same time, they already committed with 2 tanks. They might just overload that, and they're looking for magic damage as well. I think they will just go for Guinevere this time.
Yeah.
Or a Harley, if they are... they are a little bit adventurous with it.
Even an export jungle will struggle. Your Faraga armor's not going to last fast.
I'm uncomfortable with the lack of crowd control if it is indeed a Harley.
Yeah.
Should be Sasuke. Sasuke, show yourself.
I'm Suyo or Guinevere.
Return to the village hidden in the grass or the leaves. They go CC. It's a jungle, Uranus!
Did they overcook, Wolf?
They overcooked. I don't like this at all. Not at all. I think the Uranus does not achieve it. It does not give them the turtle prio.
It went from a fear of a lack of CC to a sheer horror. How are they gonna look to hold down parts of the map with this?
We have to see what Alter Ego does in the game and how they execute it. Unanimously in this panel, this Uranus jungle is questioned, but what if there's just a little bit of magic left behind those three masks? Redemption, salvation, domination, the hope of an entire country on their shoulders, the dream of a golden road in the other. Liquid and Alter Ego, Philippines versus Indonesia. This is game number 5.
All troops deployed.
And here we go, jumping into the last game for the series with a draft that was unexpected, but leave it up to Alter Ego to do just that in Game 5 against Team Liquid.
You put all of your hopes into one last game here. All of your hopes into a Uranus. And I also question it a bit. Now, don't get me wrong. They have the Claude. They have Nino for a lot of damage. They also have Hijume. It's not like their damage chart is completely skewed. And I'm trying to think about this with the Consecration. You may be able to move around through Barbiel, through the Phantom Steed, and have some possibilities for these objectives. Do we agree? How does this exactly completely fall? There is possibility on it, but like they said, is it overcooked?
It's a bit too similar to what we were saying about OHEB being on the Claude earlier. Oh, wait! Both Flickers already forced out of the roamers, but going back, I guess one of the biggest differences, though, is that Arfi has been someone really reliable in terms of the laning. Whenever he gets his hands on even the marksman, even when he's not on the Freya, Arfi has been performing exceptionally well. So I think if it comes down to having to depend on Arfi, then Alter Ego would be in a rather comfortable spot, but that's considering that OHEB on this Esmeralda doesn't get to make things a bit too difficult for him too, but the way we're seeing it right now, he gets to freely cut the lanes as he wants, and a Flicker's forced out again from Hijume.
Yeah, you're able to go ahead and just kind of play into that, right? If you can get some of the pressure in the early game, that's kind of what we're seeing. We're seeing this push and pull, but TL wants to potentially make a play, knowing that Carl TZ is level 4 at Stanford as well, but they'll just go ahead and really start up this turtle. Again, Black Dragon form used just to keep Yasuke at bay, but is this going to be enough?
It's Yasuke who he's zoning out, and the shift, Phantom Steed into finishing off the kill for Yasuke. Carl TZ securing the turtle, and now they see Nino, but Nino too will respect, he will not commit anymore.
Yasuke just maybe didn't expect the damage to be so much. The passive was already on him from Sanford. The Cha was leaking away from him.
Yeah.
And Yasuke just walks right into it. Definitely a misplay this early in the game.
Yeah, there's something about Uranus junglers and them feeling a bit more softer than the typical Uranus that we see. Alec, though, gets stunned right under the real-world manipulation.
That is
unfortunate.
It's unfortunate because, again, as a Uranus jungle, what exactly are you going to be able to do against a Leomord type jungler and the rotation set up here?
And he gets set up into a somewhat burst damage coming in from both JP and Sanji. Not going to be enough to finish off the kill on Hijume, though.
At this point, we're already looking at the possibilities of Alter Ego on a clock, right? Looking for late game. I mean, their build was already kind of like that. You have the CC. You need to scale. You have Arfi on this Claude. You need to scale. They do have the shred to deal with OHEB when he scales, but Team Liquid can just continue to push this aggression at this point. They have JP 1-0-1 having a much better game than we've seen before on the Khalid.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a tough start. It's a very tough start for Alter Ego Esports already.
Although this feels the most disciplined both of these teams have been entire series long.
Which is crazy because nothing too much has happened, but TL still built up a lead, nearly 2,000. Arfi's going through the same thing that OHEB had to deal with. And, you know, what I'm more interested in how Alter Ego is going to approach these objective fights because of the fact of, again, like we just saw from the last fight when that was started up, it was more of a zoning thing that was the problem. So they've really got to be able to rely on this lineup to kind of support that. Turtle's up, so is the purple buff. Yasuke might choose to just at least show face here, but I think this could just go over to TL. He's going to start his purple. JP gives that information, and that allows Carlteasy just to go ahead and secure the turtle.
I think it's a smart move from Alter Ego. You don't need to force it. You don't need to go too deep in. Alec now in a bad spot.
Yeah, you can't, because you'll get punished. You'll get chased by the Phantom Steed, by JP on this Khalid. And looking at it right now, though, Alter Ego might just want to fight. Flicker from JP. OM going in. Falling Star Moon already committed. He does feel the damage, though. So somehow, Arfi, that's why we were talking about him being someone you could depend on.
Nobody goes down just yet. With a 1.5k gold deficit, Alter Ego almost get a kill. They almost also lose one as well, but just from that fight, you can see that this is still kind of a tie game. Yeah. Both sides having possibilities. Nice catch from Sanji.
And right now, they're just playing pretty much that pressure game. You were not gonna, if they can cut you off from your lane or from your tower, they're going to go ahead and take down that space, and that's the problem I see with Alter Ego's lineup, the ability to actually hold things down, right? Like hold, because Arfi obviously is the one that wants to scale up and get to that point, but it's difficult for him, and so at some point he should be able to farm up a little bit easier. But right now, lane to lane, TL usually has the advantage here. Nino holding his own, that's the best he can do. I'm wondering if they'll actually want to fight into the next turtle. Oh, here's Arfi still dealing with that pressure.
There's a commit up top, but down bottom there is 1-2. OHEB cannot survive against 3. Ijume picks up the kill. Now Yasuke goes down though. Carlteasy joining in this fight is not looking too good for Alter Ego. It's a double for Carl.
You know, every time that Alter Ego has lost so far, the last 2 times they've lost, Yasuke has had one bad game. I don't know if it's already written in stone, but 0-1 on a jungle Uranus doesn't feel too positive for Alter Ego Esports. Luckily, they do get the kill onto OHEB in the boss side, but Arfi is the saving grace right now. He's the golden ticket. We said it before about OHEB on the club. Yep. This time it's Arfi. This time it is Hijume. If those two can go deathless, then maybe there's a chance.
Okay, but they want to get the kill on Hijume now. Not enough to force out the flicker, but you know he's low, so this might be an advantage for Team Liquid. Alec trying to look for an angle here. JP going in as well. They're just exchanging pokes.
Yeah, it looks like they want to actually contest this though. OHEB's in position. We'll see what can happen here, but again, with everything available, there's a Black Dragon form.
Phantom Steed and the Black Dragon form, both used at the same time. Alec, though, has his eyes set on Carlteasy, but that doesn't stop him from securing the Retry. Alec with a flicker out, Raging Sandford coming in 2, and Hijume with the Crimson Beacon. What can he do? He has his eyes set on Sandford. That's going to be the trade for Team Liquid as they're able to take out Alec, and they secure the objective.
Okay, so a 2-for-1, but the objective does go to Team Liquid, but even with the 2 deaths on Yasuke, we are starting to see him get a little bit tankier. Golden Wand does finally lock in, or Golden Staff does finally walk in for Arfi, but in the backside!
Carlteasy will force the play in between the Tier 1 and Tier 2, and that seems to go ahead and stop some of that momentum that was trying to build up here for Alter Ego for now, but they can still make some. Oh, Nino?
Oh, that's a curtain call, and the Yo-Yo Blitz, JP and Carlteasy. Still not enough damage though, coming in from Nino.
Oh, Arfi going toe-to-toe with OHEB in the boss side. Alec looking for the cutoff here. JP's gonna pull up though.
Okay, can Alec survive this? Still gets to return to the bush. Has a lot of mobility too, so I guess he'll be fine. Not with the real world manipulation and the Phantom Steed committed to you though.
These fights are just, they're so interesting the way that they're playing out, because just when you think, you know, you're gonna find this kind of load time or a bit of a cooldown for both of them, they still are able to find, just like this Black Dragon form used. Yeah. They just want to take this Tier 1 turret down to open up the map, and TL does just that.
Yeah. This honestly feels the most macro Liquid has played in the entire series. Yeah. They're just taking things one step at a time, always making sure that they commit their resources to take down or take away turrets from Alter Ego. And I feel like it's really working against this team who you're so used to seeing always just brawl it out.
Well, the thing is Alter Ego Esports in the past 4 games has been able to brawl it out, and it forces Team Liquid to brawl back with them. It forces them not to be, not to be macro efficient. But the thing is Team Liquid this time, they're in control of the game. So yeah, they can go back to being regular old, oh, we'll take towers, we don't need to rush things, we're comfortable. When you have a lead like this early on and Alter Ego has a Uranus jungle where you can't force fights, that's why we're seeing this.
Maybe they tried earlier, actually, but you see the damage that Liquid has, and they can deal with him immediately. Now, speaking of damage, Carlteasy versus Nino. Nino has a slight advantage in this, as we're seeing right now, but with Sanford flying over him, Carlteasy gets to run away safely. Oh!
Okay, whoa, they
boss side.
JP and Carl! Carlteasy, could he actually get out of this? That's the real manipulation used for Hijime, just so he can save Carlteasy. Falling Star coming in from Oheb. Now there's an Ahab 2 coming in from Sanford. Hijime finally goes down in the hands of Oheb, and Liquid might go for the re-engage.
But with that, Alter Ego can't start up the Lord, so they chose to continue the fight. They lose Hijime, and he's an integral part of this composition to work. So it's back to it. Again, TL still maintaining a lead. They'll get back in position here to potentially force this fight around the Lord. Now for Alter Ego Esports, they're starting to get the hang of things here with his composition. Nino is a threat, and he is trying to do his best here, and that's why they're going for him.
Yeah, they're gonna try and focus down on Nino, but he gets tied with the Garden Call. JP, can he survive this?
Yasuke able to put on more damage, but RP's locked on to JP!
JP doesn't live. Now that's one member down for Liquid, and Alter Ego gain control of the objective. Sanji does have the real world manipulation. Alec trying to zone out everyone as much as he can. OF doing the same, but he's starting to feel the damage from RP. Phantom Steed from Carl. They're gonna focus down on Alec first.
But the Lord is still in the hands of Alter Ego. Carlteasy now making his way in.
Okay, Carlteasy in range. Sanford already using Black Dragon 4. He's on to 3 members of Alter Ego. Can he take down Hijime? That is gonna be the real world manipulation. Finally finishing off the kill. Carlteasy versus Nino with vengeance. Carlteasy wins!
And Carlteasy is gonna have to run from Yasuke.
Okay, that's the Phantom Steed, additional movement speed. Now he's up against RP though. Can Sanji save him from this? It's a no! BMI used just to escape RP. Doing phenomenal job at saving Alter Ego in this game. Yasuke, can he still live? OF trying to go after the chase. JP, slow down. OF still going for it.
RP able to still BMI away. Yasuke looking for the re-engage.
Oh, he's so tanky. And RP finally getting the job done. Sanji with no mana. It's only Oheb now.
And that's why you took the Uranus jungle, I guess. But it's working out for Alter Ego Esports as they look to take the Lord here.
We're back in it.
Not under their watch. Sanford still trying to fight. Blazing to it, so much damage though. It will be enough to deal with the 2 sides.
RP is on fire right now. I know the KDA is only 009, but the clock was ticking and 10 minutes are up. Yasuke is practically unkillable, and as long as RP and him are together, it is a dynamic duo.
Ooh, what a turn of events here. And with everything that happened in the early and mid game, Alter Ego brings things in their favor. And look at this, again, Arfi, like you mentioned, Trex, I mean, he's on fire, he doesn't have many kills, but it doesn't matter. He's able to go ahead and pump out the damage. He's got all the assists in the world that he needs here, and that just might be the play. Plus the fact that Hijime is stacking up on this guy Piercer. Now you're gonna lift a gun, they wanna force a fight here on the bottom side.
You wanna go for OF now, that's a real manipulation, though dealing so much damage. JP going in with the Raging Sandstorm, now forced to flicker out just to survive. Sanford 2 helping in this defense up against the Lord. That's a critical coming in from Nino 2, tying JP and Sanford together.
All right, Lord able to move on to base. Alter Ego this time play it safe, get out of their face, and move back to safety. Alter Ego playing it clean.
Okay, looking to still put pressure. They'll get a tier 2 in the mid. They've cleared out a lot of real estate on the map for Alter Ego. And now, maybe for the first time or second time in this game, TL has their backs against the wall with this kind of composition to deal with. It makes you think, again, this Uranus jungle is able to just go ahead and play up front and provide information alongside Alec here, which gives that space to Arfi and Hijime. And so TL's got to solve that. How do they approach these fights and get some control back into the game?
There's no Shredder.
I mean, a lot of it's going to come down to utilizing this RWM correctly.
Okay.
Nino?
Oh, Nino in a bad spot.
Vengeance.
Get out of that. Now they're being surrounded by the members of Alter Ego. Alec coming in from behind. JP brought back. They're trying to run back to their base, and they successfully will.
There is just so much tankiness on the side of Alter Ego Esports, and Team Liquid has essentially no shred. They took the risk, right?
Yep.
They don't pick up a marksman. The panel was talking about it a little bit. There was definitely some worry. The saving grace was, oh, they went for Uranus, but now that Yasuke is online, now that Alter Ego Esports is online, you're right. How does Team Liquid approach this? They have to look for angles. They have to look for a big steal, something. But it is a tough pill to swallow.
They have to land those small opportunities, those stuns that they have, those petrifies, or even the crowd controls from JP. Because RP, it's not like he's on Purify anyway.
Yeah.
But then after that, what's next? Because you have to deal with these multiple tanky heroes of Alter Ego, and
I mean, Arfi just got Malefic Gun as well, so he's got more range. He's able to snipe from, he's able to attack from an even farther away. He doesn't really need the Purify. There's, other than the Petrify, he's good and he can be a mile away from that. You know, he has ways, at this point, Arfi's a hard one to catch.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to make that happen. Again, you know, it's about the space that's provided for Arfi. Hijime, like I said, is going to be an issue as well for TL, especially when they try to approach some of these fights. And you know, you mentioned it, Brigitte, they don't exactly have someone to shred through some of this tankiness. I mean, brute force now for Hijime, making him even more difficult to kill, especially when he pops the beacon here. So for TL's lineup to work and then get through a winner crown, these are key big item pickups. Nino, though.
Okay, now Hijime going into with the Crimson Beacon, trying to look for someone to set up, but he gets to dodge the Raging Sandstorm, and now they're on to Sanji. Sanji, he cannot survive this dive coming in from Alter Ego. Sanford 2 separated from the rest of the team. Now they're on to Alec. They're going for the chase. Carl TZ can actually finish off the kill, but now on the other side of the map, the Apex Predator will have to be the sacrifice.
With Sanford gone along with Sanji, yes, they find Alec, but Arfi should be able to move on to this Lord quick. Will Team Liquid try to go for a steal? It's getting bursted down too fast.
Too fast right now as Alter Ego has control. TL shows up way too late, and JP tries to get away. They're gonna have to disengage. This is not a fight they want. Oheb will jump on forward, but still they need to reset and get ready for this Lord push from Alter Ego.
It's all gonna be about how Alter Ego approaches this base. One of the major faults we've seen from Alter Ego over this M7 is overstepping your welcome, making one false move to throw a game. And if you know the Philippines, they're always watching for that one small mistake. Alter Ego has to be meticulous when they enter this base.
They're gonna have to go ahead and buckle in here with this kind of lineup. Not the best clear in the world. They're gonna rely on the RWM2. Conceal's gonna be used. Lord makes his way top. Here comes the push into the base.
Yep. Phantom Seed already committed. Alec and Yasuke getting damaged by just a bit. Now Liquid will have to focus on the Lord. Falling Star Moon doesn't connect onto anyone. They have to split themselves up in order to take care of what needed to be taken care of. Now, Liquid are somehow still in the game.
They're still in it. They clear things out. They lost the base turret up top. Bottom is nearly down too. Alter Ego Esports, they're showing the discipline.
They are, and they get the top inhibitor, which is huge because Lord's gonna spawn up on the bottom side. So now, not only do you have this frontline advantage, but you have a macro advantage. And there is some risk to not trying to force this over, but with the lineup they have, in my opinion, at this point in the game, it is a cleaner lineup. So now they just have to have faith in their lineup, and as long as they play smart, the game could fall into their hands.
Well, right now, Alter Ego Esports not giving them much of an opportunity to do that. Some of these defensive items coming into play now too. Alec rocking that immortality. He is tanky enough, and just he'll sit on this side of the map, allowing the rest of Alter Ego to make moves elsewhere. You'll look at the items here specifically. Again, with Arfi building up, he's exactly where he needs to be. Even Hijime. I don't know how many stacks Hijime actually has on this Sky Piercer, but he is a problem because the innate tankiness, oh, he does go ahead and switch things out. Picks up the Lantern, so a Chastised Pauldron now too for Yasuke. So that's the problem, man. There's so much tankiness in their ability. There we go. 31 stacks here on, and that's great because that's a threat enough even when they force these fights.
I'm wondering how I feel though about the Cell and dropping the brute force breastplate. Yes, your front line is tanky, But there's some risk reward there, right? You go for a bit more damage, you give up the possibility that Sanford or Carl Teasy are gonna jump on you, and that could be the survivability. Let's see how it plays out though. RP!
Oh, they catch RP. Can Carl Teasy actually find him? No! The BMI was available. Now it's Sanford trying to go on to him. The Petrify lands, but there's a Winter Crown available. Sanford might just get punished here, and he does! Hijume, killing spree. It's a double for him too! Real world manipulation used just to save the game as much as they can, but it's gonna be a triple for Hijume!
AP and Sanji are the last ones defending. It's 5 against 2, and the minions down the bot.
There are minions down bottom. Everyone from Alter Ego's low. BMI available. Winter Crown again. Yasuke finally going down. Alec has to play this safe. Hijume though, very aggressive, diving in. JP2 sacrificing his life. The base is within reach, and Alter Ego might just make it happen, but they cleared a wave.
It's too much time. That's it.
Will stand strong as Indonesia's last hope. They are the ones to shut down the Golden Road.
The dream of the Golden Road will be just that and only that. But a dream as Alter Ego rises above it all with Indonesia roaring behind it to eliminate Team Liquid from M7.
The cavalry goes silent as the stadium erupts. Alter Ego have done what so many think impossible. You know, we saw some of those videos, guys. Nino apologizing to the Indonesian fans when they couldn't move farther in previous MPLs. Well, today, Alter Ego are in the hearts of the Indonesians.
Hey man, I think a lot of people questioned the Uranus jungle pick.
We all did.
I think a lot of people did around the world too watching this one, but hey, they made it work. Big props to Alter Ego here. You can see the fist bumps on the stage. That's tough to see for TL, but Alter Ego did it in a very Alter Ego way to win this series.
That last minute swerve, who would have thought? It was going to the jungle all along, and even when it was something Liquid initially were able to deal with, they just needed time.
It's just, again, a phenomenal series that we had here, man. It's just back and forth from game to game, and the team fights in the game too. I don't think we could have asked for a better series here because of just how this all unfolded. You know, it's some of the best MLBB we've seen so far, and M7 honestly continues to deliver. It's just great to see, and again, hats off to all the teams. We're at that point in the M7 where unfortunately you got to say goodbye to teams, and a lot of people probably went in today not thinking this would be the result, but hell, Alter Ego ends up doing it, and they continue on with Indonesia. It's just, again, I know we're all clapping, we're all in awe. You saw the audience. I hope you guys can hear them through the stream too, because they have rallied behind them. We're going to be throwing it over to the panel to break down this game, this series, and again, what they thought here for this one.
It would be irresponsible of me to not allow this Indonesian crowd to have their moment. Indonesia, mana suaranya? Alter Ego shatters the Golden Road. They held on with the Uranus, and they held on until Liquid had no more answers for the sustain.
I think it would be also irresponsible if we did not apologize for not knowing Alter Ego's game. Gua, maaf banget. I did not expect for something gila enough to just work, because in practice, in execution, they seemingly tricked Liquid into thinking that they could fight. And it took too long for Liquid to notice, wait, there'll come a point where this is impossible.
We were right in the first half though. The 3,000 gold lead for Team Liquid, they were so anxious, they were winning already. And then Carl TZ goes for the play onto RP, Sanford eventually follows. Nino holds his ground actually with that CC, and eventually puts down Carl TZ so low, and then Sanford had to go there. They tried to chase, and then all of a sudden, you don't have the ultimate, you don't have the real world manipulation, you don't have the Phantom Seed, you don't have the Elder Dragon form before the First Lord. Even when you have a 3,000 gold lead, Team Liquid have just thrown away their lead by not having the proper resources in the First Lord fight. Now, when they didn't have any more resources, Oheb jumps in with the Falling Star Moon. They did get a kill onto the Jushin, but unfortunately, they don't have the firepower anymore. From then on, Alter Ego have felt there is no way for them to kill us. Let's stake at the Lord, be disciplined, and take this longer. There was a time where the lineup of Team Liquid expired, and that specific moment was when Team Liquid knew they messed up.
It's that 5-letter word you mentioned, chase. Liquid is not used to chasing even on the map. And here, all throughout the series actually, it just came to a fever pitch in this game. They had to chase a lot of AE members, and AE, the way they're built, is they can run away for like 3 or 4 seconds. When they come back, they're already topped off. They're ready to fight again. The Uranus, the Claude, the Hilda, the CC even. You give them time to retreat, you fight back, it's over. That's the problem with Liquid's lineup is sure. You have heroes like the Leomord who has like, what, 15-second cooldown on the ult. You have the Esmeralda who, again, also has a 15-second cooldown on the ult and can dance around them, but it's a lack of firepower. You mentioned just the values don't add up, and that's what put them over the top here. Alter Ego just exercised such a great understanding of MLBB math.
I think Liquid also did not rotate into Arphys late enough. They just told Oheb handle the Claude, try to kill him if you can. But Alter Ego, to their credit, protected Arphys so well, protected the Claude, that he was relatively unbothered with the farm. Liquid were playing as if it is a jungle carry that they're up against. You can get all the objectives you want in the world, get all the kills for Carl TZ, but if you're not killing that Claude, you are not hitting the main win condition of Alter Ego. He did not die in this game. At the brink of elimination, the hopes of Indonesia on his back, Arphys stayed alive. 1 kill, 13 assists. He had one job here. Do not fall, and he stood his ground.
This might even be a facsimile of whatever he did on the entire series. There was no game where you could say that RP was dead weight for his team. In fact, he is the enabler. Even during the games that they have lost, RP was stable, RP was dependable. RP was amazing the entire series, but this particular game just, stamped in with that. And I think you have to credit the side laners of Alter Ego in this particular game, the way that they have handled their counterparts. I would say that between the matchup of the side laners, the side lane duo of Alter Ego was better than Team Liquid the entire series.
Oh yeah, the sum of their parts is greater than them individually. And RP was just that tipping point, that extra icing on the top, but was also just the flour in the middle, the whole damn cake that made AE just a threat in the late game. What was that? Trek said, 10 minutes is up, it's over, it's our time now. All chat, target lock, my turn. Folks around watching who play ranked games know what this means. It's Alter Ego showing us a new face. I've said it multiple times in the series, throughout the knockouts, they played the same way, but this time they showed us, hey, we can hold on. Our sidelines can still win, but as a team, we can hold on to wait until our power spike and win this way.
Terrific Winter Crown immortality juggle as well by Arphys to deny him getting taken out by Team Liquid. And at some point, you gotta acknowledge the fact that it looked like Team Liquid Philippines really just dropped the ball in terms of taking their major win conditions. For them, their major win condition was get all the objectives, but leading up to their First Lord, they could not take Arphys down. The one main win condition for this Alter Ego lineup. Yasuke needed to stand his ground, and he did. Alter Ego just needed to buy time and delay, and they did.
It's not even just the items that you have to look for now. Because Alter Ego, they have just naturally went on with the composition that they have. You can see Yasuke with a very selfless kind of build. Even when he died in the first turtle, you can see that he did not have the best gold, in fact, compared to the CC, compared to this Jushin, I think that he actually played this in a whatever is lower than a utility role as the juggler, where he really just sacrificed himself. Like, you can see that he's just going to the front lines, whereas the rest of AE that's dealing the damage is just farming. This is also the reason why Nino on this CC eventually out-damaged and out-sustained this Leo Morden long before he was able to out-sustain as well this Yu Zhong from Sanford, because I felt like there will be a time where Sanford could no longer one-shot any of the members of Alter Ego, let alone this CC. And then the best part of it is CC can then bring back the damage to Team Liquid.
I can appreciate how you spotlighted El Padre Nino, because you look at this lineup, it's clear what that mid trio wants to do. Just hold it down. But until the golden boy Arfi is ready, until he goes off to college and starts, you know, shooting it up, somebody had to hold it down with the damage output, right? And that was Nino. How early did he build that Hunter Strike and what was the other? He had two, was it War Axe?
I believe it was the War Axe. It usually is for CC.
See, so before he even said, Arfi, are you ready? No? Okay, let me take care of it first. I can't let Liquid get away with this. That's what made that whole 11 to 12 minute mark more difficult for Liquid to ever finish, because Nino was a legit threat.
Yeah, El Padre definitely played better than the Apex Predator this entire series. We have to acknowledge just how good Nino was this entire 5-game bout, and especially highlighted here. If he died more times early on, Alter Ego would not have had the damage to cross it on over for Arfi once that first Lord came up. But Liquid could not get enough deaths onto Nino. They also couldn't get enough deaths onto Hegemet to stop his eventual climb into getting that Sky Piercer. And with Liquid's skill-based lineup, cooldown-based lineup, they ran out of time.
3,800 gold. They were so near ending this game. All they had to do is to put all of their resources together, knowing that the sustain from their opponents is gonna be a mountain to climb. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Maybe if we look at the specific highlight, maybe if I can show it to you, but you just have to remember this. There was a time where during that 3.8k gold lead that Team Liquid had, they were so confident onto taking out the side lanes that they forgot that there is that neutral objective that their lineup needs to have. With the composition that Team Liquid employed in this game, they had to finish it fast because they didn't have the scaling marksman as compared to Alter Ego. Unfortunately, they didn't, and that was the end of Team Liquid.
Any last words, Leo, before we head on over to a very quick break?
No Golden Road. M7 just got spicier. I hope Alter Ego is ready to face the Giants.
The dream of the Golden Road is shattered, and the Philippines champions will not be involved in the grand finals of the World Championship. Aurora is waiting. Alter Ego was taken to their limit, but now they have to go up against SRG. I can't wait to see what happens next.